Shalom.
Shalom.
Before we begin, we'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone that rule well. And sincere salutations to you, Akim and you, Aqua, that believe in all sincerity. Right? The Spirit that's allowed us brothers out here in Arizona to gather, one more Saturday to come out here, to prophesy the downfall of America, to teach you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, who you are according to the Holy Scriptures. All right? And, like we always say, we're out here to warn, all right? We're out here to edify. We're out here to let you know what's going to befall you in these latter days, right? Because if you see, okay, if you're really looking around, right, and not caught up in the day to day, you'll see that we're in a very grave situation, okay? But the Lord is going to deliver us out of it. So if we can begin with that, Habakkuk 1:5.
It's Habakkuk 1. Verse 5, it says, Behold, ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously, for I will work a work in your days which ye will not believe, though it be told you.
Right, ye among the heathen, all right? And this book is written for you so-called blacks, Latinos, and you Native Americans, all right? You are scattered, dispersed among the heathen, okay, as a reproach, as a curse unto this day. Okay, and what you see out here, brothers gathering out here in the highways and hedges, this is biblical prophecy, all right? Whether you hear or forbear, okay, you shall know there's a prophet been among you, okay? But the Lord is going to work a work in your day that if somebody told you, you wouldn't believe it, okay? And that work is the work of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, His will, okay? His will is what? It's to gather the 12 tribes in these last days, okay? To wake up the elect, to tell the world, okay, the judgment is coming. See? Go for it, brother.
This is a Baruch 2 and 30. It says,
that's the Spirit, I had that in mind. Go ahead, brother.
It says, For I knew that they would not hear me because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am the Lord, their power, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity.
Right, and in the land of their captivity, okay? The thing is that, you got camps of men, okay, just like us, how you see here, all over the world, rising up, okay, through the word of the Holy One, through the word of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, through these scriptures, through the Spirit. The scriptures tell you, Joel, that I will pour my Spirit upon all people, and I will raise up your sons and your daughters in the last days. Okay, and this is that work that the Lord is working. All right, and you don't believe it, though it be told to you. Though you got men, okay, of your family, right? Men that are in what you would call bed sheets out here prophesying the Bible, you wouldn't believe it. Okay?
That's right, because you said that must be known he was constantly fulfilled, man. That goes back to Ezekiel 37 chapter. Ezekiel 37:1 said, The hand of the Lord was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord and set me down in the midst of the valley. That valley is America, man. The valley is a low place. So that low place is here in America, man. This is the valley of the shadow of death that we're in right now. So it was prophesied that the men of the Lord are going to be preaching the word of the Most High in that place, man. Which is full of bones, and those bones are you Israelites that have not been woken up to who you are yet, man. So the call me to pass by them round about. Behold, there was very many in the open valley, and lo, they were dry. So they're in a mentally dead state, man. They're in a mentally dry state. Now, and the word is what we dehydration. That's what Yahweh said, out of your belly shall flow rivers of living water. So that water is the word, and that's what we're doing right now. Out of our belly is flowing these waters, these scriptures, man. The understanding of the scriptures, the true understanding of the scriptures, man. And that's what we're out here doing. This is all prophecy taking place. It says, again, he said unto you, prophesy to these bones, said to all you dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. So that's technically what we're doing. We're fulfilling the prophecy in Ezekiel 37th chapter, man. We are prophesying to the dry bones. We are here to seal the elect and bring up the judgment against you 2/3 of other nations, man. It says, verse 5, thus saith the Most High, now unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath into you, and ye shall live. So every brother up here was once in that state of dry bones, man. When we heard this word from the apostles and elders and from other camps that we've seen, we were spiritually dehydrated. We became back to life, man. Go ahead, bro.
Right, because this word, it quickens you, man. When the Holy Spirit come upon you and you start to understand this word, you start to live a different type of life. A life full of righteousness, and that's what really can make you live. Okay, this word it can save you until eternal life, man. You see what I'm saying? But go ahead and finish that, brother.
Okay. It says back in 2 and 30, it says, for I knew that they would not hear me because it is a stiff-necked people.
Right.
But in the land of their captivity, they shall remember themselves. 31, it says, and shall know that I am the Lord, their power, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me.
You see, so the Lord, okay, the Lord is raising up certain of you Israelites, okay, because you know 2/3 of you are stiff-necked, man. But the Lord's going to raise up some. You see, and they're going to remember themselves in the land of their captivity, and that's why you got camps all over the world. Okay, the Lord has breathed the spirit up in them, the spirit of life, and they've waken up. They're starting to sing. They're starting to prophesy, and this word is like a song. Okay, it's going out. It's reverberating throughout the earth. It's ushering in the second coming of who you ignorantly call Jesus, man. His true name is Yahushua. Go ahead.
It says, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity.
You see, they shall praise me in the land of their captivity. Captivity means to what? To be a prisoner. Okay, and unless you've been living under a rock, okay, you forget about the enslavement of the so-called Negroes, man, the Hispanics, Native Americans, man. Okay, and that's why you guys want to take it out of history. That's why you want to take it out of the schools. All right, the truth about slavery, man. Y'all don't want that ugly history to rear its head because it makes y'all look bad. Because at the end of the day, you need us, man. You know what I'm saying? And y'all are taking L's, man. Esau Edom is starting to be uncovered. He's starting to have shameful spewing. Okay, his foreskin is starting to be revealed, and and you're starting to see him, okay, for who he really is, man. And that's the devil that the Bible speaks of, bro. Go ahead.
It says, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name.
Right, think upon my name. Okay, we got the name of the Most High in His Son, man. The true, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, the God of the Hebrews. All right, it tells you that in Exodus the 10th chapter. It doesn't tell you the God of all the other nations, man. We're praising Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Go ahead, brother.
33. It says, in return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds,
right,
for they shall remember the way of their fathers which sinned before the Lord.
Right, we're remembering our ancestors, man. We're remembering, okay, the prophets, man. Okay, we could have much been those prophets, man. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. It says, in return from their stiff neck,
right,
and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers which sinned before the Lord,
right,
and I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
There you go. Right, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's who we're talking about. We're not talking about Jesus Christ. We're talking about the God, the Hebrew God of the Israelites, man. All right. I think it's where it says they're gathered by the word. I think it's in the next chapter over. Okay. Yeah. Right. Because we had mentioned that earlier, man. Okay. This is through the Holy Spirit, man. The Spirit is gathering men in these last days that are out here on the highways and hedges, that are out here in your major cities, that are out here all across the world. Okay, there's a reason. There's a reason why you got men that got up off the couch and said, hey, you know what? Hey, we're the Israelites. We got to tell something. Hey, we got to spread it. We got to tell the world. Okay, this thing has been hid from us, man. Give me Psalms 82 real quick, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Baruch 4:37. It says, lo, thy sons come,
right,
whom thou sentest away.
You see, we got sent away. We got kicked out of Israel, man. The land that was promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We got kicked up out of them, that we got dispersed because we went into the ways of the heathen. That's what the Bible speaks about. Every book, over and over again. Okay? It speaks about a chosen people. They were given a land. They were given promises. They were given laws, judgments, statutes, and commandments that they should follow. And if they didn't follow them, then plagues came upon them, famines. Okay? They got chased by the other nation. They got put to the sword. Okay? And ultimately got kicked out of our land and dispersed throughout the whole world. Okay? And to this day, all right.
They come gathered together from the east to the west by the.
But now we're getting gathered from the east and to the west. Go ahead.
God says they come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing.
Right. By the word of the Holy One, by the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua.
Rejoicing in the glory of the Lord.
Right, rejoicing in the glory of the Lord, man. Hey, the scriptures say that some have a notion of godliness but deny the power thereof, man. We're not denying the power, man. Hey, we're sons of the Most High, okay? We are sons and daughters of the Most High, man. Princes of power, Yasharallah, man, in the Hebrew, Okay, sons of the Most High, sons of the power. You see what I'm saying? There's a power that comes from getting in this Word, having the Holy Spirit, understanding these scriptures, man, being able to be quickened, being able to have the ability to teach this Word day in and day out. Okay, there's a power in that. You see, and that power really is the Holy Spirit that when the Lord suffers you, it cleanses you, it makes you stand upright. Okay, which our people are going into a way of perverseness. Okay, day after day, while us, okay, Lord, we're to the Spirit, we endure to the end. We're just being revived. We're glorifying the Lord. You see, and that's something that our people don't understand. They're glorifying evil and badness and wickedness. Let's get that Psalms 83 real quick.
This is Psalms chapter 83, verse 1. It says, "Keep not thou silent, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh.
Right.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult."
Right, that enemies make a tumult, and that's the thing. Okay, but the Lord, you know, He separated us from the rest of the nations, man. You blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you guys have enemies, okay? You got enemies, other nations, other races that are your enemies, okay? We were never meant to come together. We were never meant to hold hands, okay? And that's why you find it so difficult to link up with Chinese, to link up with Arabs, to link up with Hamites, man, Africans, man. Okay? Why? Because you're not of the same spirit, man. These are the enemies of the Lord. Go for it.
It says, "And they that hate thee have lifted up the head."
Right? Because ultimately they hate the Heavenly Father. All right? That's their lot. Their lot is to be contrary to the Lord. They weren't given the law, statutes, and commandments. They weren't given a wisdom how to conduct themselves upon the earth. But see, we were. Okay?
Verse 3, it says, "They have taken crafty counsel
Right.
against thy people."
Right. There's a council going on right now. Okay? They are conspiring. They are plotting, okay, to come after you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And mainly the elect. Because they know who we are. They know what we're doing. You see? They have done everything in their power to hide this knowledge from us, man. You see?
It says, "And consulted against thy hidden ones."
Right, they're consulting against thy hidden ones. Who's the hidden ones, man? You are the hidden ones, man. You are a walking prize, man. You are a son or a daughter of the Most High. If you are so-called black, Latino, or Native American, you see, they're consulting against you. They know who you are. Hey, Hitler knew who you guys were, man. You see, Hitler knew who the jewels of the Most High were. That if the world only found out that the so-called white race was chastising the people of the Lord, you know.
God believe when Columbus came here to the Americas, they knew the Native Americans were, man. They knew the Israelites. You know, there were many books that were written on the history of the Native American being the Israelites, man. Because the language is similar to Hebrew, man. There's many books that proclaim that. Those books were written like in the 18th century. And they claim that the Native Americans and the so-called Mexican are the children of Israel, the tribe of Issachar, the tribe of Gad, so on and so forth, man. So this knowledge is well known among these elites and among these historians, man. The Catholic Church knows who we are, man. The president knows who we are. The elites of this country, they know who we are. And now it's getting more widespread because, like the brother said, that we're going to be gathered by the word, man. Let me get this Genesis 49 and 10 real quick, man. Genesis 49 and 10, it says, "The scepter shall depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver between his feet, until Shiloh come." And Shiloh is a reference to Yahweh Shai. It says, "And unto him shall the gathering of the people be." Now, who's Yahweh Shai, man? The Bible says that Yahweh Shai is the word of God incarnate, man. So Israel is being gathered by the word, which is Yahweh Shai. You know that back then, the scepter shall depart from Judah. Rulership is going to stay within Israel. It's not going to be a replacement theology.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the Pope, the head of the church on earth. It's not going to be like that. The scepter will remain with Yahweh Shai, the Lord, man. The scepter not to depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver between his feet, until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering people be. Unto Yahweh Shai, not the Catholic Church, not Christian theology, not whatever vocab Malone thinks, man.
That's right.
But by the word of the Most High.
Right, not Christian, not churches, not Christianity. The people are going to be gathered to who? To Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, who the world even calls God and Jesus Christ, by this word, by the prophecies that are written in this word. All right, we just went into the prophecies. Okay, the prophecy tells you, okay, that in the land of their captivity, in the land of their slavery, when they were slaves, they would remember themselves. They would wake up. Okay, and the Lord said, "I will pour my spirit upon all people, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy." And that's what we're doing out here. All right, so for all you people who seem to be puzzled, you know. Hey, the Lord is working a work in your time that if it was told to you, you would not believe it. And we're telling you, but since we don't have the fancy suits, man, we don't got the you know, the $1 million podium. You know what I'm saying? The Creflo Dollar got the $1 billion podium. You got all the dollars. You got the bills in the podium, right? The mega churches. All right. Speaking of prosperity doctrine, you don't believe us, man. We just looked at it as regular Joe schmoes, man. What's so different about you guys? What makes you guys think you have the truth? Well, we're coming out the word. Okay. Let's read this verse 4 in Psalm 83. I got you.
Verse 4, it says, they have said, come and let us cut them off for being a nation. You see, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance.
See, that's the crafty counsel that the nations have, the enemies of the Lord have against you Israelites. All right, that they would cut you off from being a nation. Okay, that the name of Israel shall no more be in remembrance, man. And that's why they had to assume, okay, the identity of the true Israelites. All right, the small hat, big nose people, the 1948ers. That's why they're there in the land right now in Israel. They're identity theft, identity thieves, man. Claiming themselves to be, all right, the true Jews, and they're not. Okay, but are the synagogue of Satan. You see, that's what's going on in these days, and if that doesn't cause you to rise up and fight for your crown and fight for your identity and your people, then you're lost. Okay, somebody can give me a Jeremiah 6, bro. I think where it says they are not valued for the truth. Go for it, bro.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 52, verse 8. And it says, thy watchmen shall lift up the voice. With the voice together shall they sing. For they shall see eye to eye when the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall bring again Zion.
That's right, brother. That's beautiful. Because see, what's happening is that all the brothers are seeing eye to eye. All the brothers are on one accord, one judgment, man. That's what the commandments teach you to be, man. To be at peace, to be at one, with nature, with your brother. Okay, with your wife, with your children, man. You see what I'm saying? That's something that we didn't know before, but we're learning it now more and more. But we're seeing eye to eye. Okay, the word is gathering from the east to the west. That's why you can go look on these other continents, man. Italia, Nigeria, Australia. You see, you got brothers from Amsterdam, Holland, bro, from the east to the west, all the way to the west coast of the United States. Seeing the gathering, one, you know, by the word of the Holy One. You see, we're seeing eye to eye, and much more when Yahushua comes. Okay, if we turn back into those gods, man. That's what the scripture tell you in the book of Psalms. Know ye not that ye are gods? Okay, we are gods, bro. You see what I'm saying? We're created to be a godly people. You know.
I would say too, you know, because last night I was kind of explaining this as well. You know, the other nations, you're just comparing them as spittle, man. So when you go into like the curses and you read, well, before you read the curses, like 15 on up, right, you get into the blessings, man, and you see that the Lord didn't really have any promises for these other nations as far as you know, them being on a high level. Because really we were supposed to be on a high level, but when you go to the 15th verse on down, it goes into the curses, man, and it tells you, you know, that we'll come down very low, and then the heathen will come up very high. Okay, and that's what's happening. But now it's being overturned, and you see the evidence of that with us being on the highways and byways, teaching and preaching His word in one accord, not just in America, but all over the globe, man, on one accord. And like I always say, most of these men have never even met each other before, but yet it's on one accord throughout the scriptures. And the reason why is because it's not man-led. It's Yahushai led, man. It's not of men, it's of the Lord, man. Okay, the scriptures say, whether this is of men, it should come to naught, but it's not of men. Okay?
You could give me Psalms 50, where it says, I mentioned something in the morning before the night. Give me that.
This is Isaiah chapter 60, verse 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee.
And this is the future prophecy, man, because we just read, all right, the nations, they were in crafty counsel against Israel, man. They were enemies that have lifted up the head to the Most High. They are proud because they know that they have no part with the Most High, man. Chinese know, they got their own God. All these nations got their own God. That's why the scriptures tell you the nations, the gods of the nations are idols, man. The work of men's hands and men's imaginations. But the Lord, Yahweh, He created the heavens and the earth by His Son Yahushai. You see? ahead, brother.
John. It says, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy
You
feet.
know what? We're gonna 1 second, brother. If you could give me 2 Ezra 6, where it says, where they have begun to rule over us. Because what you guys don't understand, man, you know, you people out there that look at us like we're just, you know, out of our minds, is that we're, you know, hey, we're out here doing something, man, through the Spirit, man. We're out here reverberating righteousness into the earth, something that has long been forgotten. Do you have that Jeremiah, that one that I popped up? Get that, brother, and then get that 2 Ezra.
Jeremiah 9 and verse 3, and it reads, and they have bent their tongues like their bow for lies,
Right.
but they are not valiant for the truth upon the earth.
Right. Our people will, hey, all day they'll talk shit and swallow spit, man. You know what I'm saying? Shuck and jive all damn day about this, that, and the third. But when it comes to truth, you know, they can't speak it, man. Go for it.
Fine. For they perceive from evil to evil.
Right. All they want to do is do evil and wickedness, you know, day after day, you know. Go ahead.
And they not know me, saith the Most High.
Right.
Take ye heed, every one of his neighbor.
Wait. Go a verse up there where it says they're not valiant for the truth.
Fine. I'll read it back again. Read it.
Yeah.
But they are not valiant for the truth upon the earth.
Right. Hey, our people are not valiant for the truth upon the earth. You know, they're not courageous for this truth, man. They don't care. The scriptures say, who shall rise up for me against the workers of iniquity, man? Against the damn Illuminati, against the spiritual wickedness in high places. Who's going to do that? Okay? We come from eager means. We come from the ghettos and from the barrios, from modest living, humble people, to come out here and to tell you jakes out there, the truth about the Bible, the truth that you are a son of God, man. And what do? Call us crazy, man. Well, you're crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll be fools for the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how they looked at the prophets in the ancient world, man. The same, there ain't nothing changed. But this book is a mystery, man. This book is a secret that's been hidden since the beginning, the foundation of the world. And you people seem to want none of it, man. You know, you got movies like the Never-Ending Story. Remember that movie? You go, that dude Sebastian, he goes into the library, he finds that book, and he goes into a whole different world. And that's what this Bible's talking about, man. A world way different from the world that you live in this fantasy life, this bullshit ass society, this matrix that you have come to believe as life, as normal. Okay? You got no rights. Everything is polluted. And all you want to do is just be evil and speak none but lies. Run that back, brother. Bump the shot.
Back top of verse 3, and it reads, they have bent their tongues like...
Can you run it from the top?
Fine. And they have bent their tongues like the... Off the top?
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
They're not valiant for the truth.
It reads, but they're not valiant for the truth on the earth.
Uh-huh.
For they proceed from evil to evil.
Right, proceed from evil to evil, man. Okay, from one sin to the next, trying out this, trying out that. And Jay got a mind state of, I don't want nobody to tell me, I'm going to do it myself. You ain't going to tell me what it's like, I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? You can't tell Jake what it is to go out there and thug. They're going to thug it harder than you. You know? I don't want nobody to tell me, I'm the big dog, I did it. I did more than he did. Wickedness is rewarded, man. All these cats is legends, bro. And look into what they've done, man. They've done nothing but wickedness, man. You gotta put that shit away, you know? You gotta put it away, man. It's just, it doesn't work. It never worked, okay? The scriptures say the wages of sin is death. And that's what we come out here to tell you, you know? Hey, because who better to tell you than people just like yourselves, who are cursed just like yourselves, okay? By the Most High. You see? But the difference is that the Lord has granted us the gift of faith to be able to change, to be able to come out here and teach His word, and to those that can receive it, that maybe they get salvation, bro. That's something worth fighting for. A lot of you guys can't go that far, man, because it's just one-track minded, man. But there's something greater than this that you see here, man. There's something greater than the physical, than the senses, man. And that's spirituality, that's peace. Okay, that's life. Okay, run that back, brother, and then we'll move on Psalms.
Reads, for they are not valiant for the truth upon the earth,
right?
For they have proceeded from evil to evil, and they have conflict, and they not know me, says the Most High.
Right? Our people don't know the Most High, man. Okay? Because if you knew the Most High, okay, you would change. You would know the judgment. Okay? You know that the Heavenly Father is balanced. And you know that underneath the sun is the place of judgment. Meaning that this is a place where you serve a sentence. This is a place where things can happen to you. People don't understand why they get flat tires, why they lose their job, why they get sick, why they die, why certain things happen. These are all judgments, and they happen to us all. Until you understand that the Lord is the creator, the author, and the finisher of your life, you'll never understand why things happen to you. But this word will tell you, okay? Are you done with that?
Yeah.
Okay, come. Let's go to Psalms, man.
This is Psalms 50. I'm gonna start at 20. It says, "Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother, thou slanderest thine own mother's son. These things hast thou done, and thou kept silence. Though thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself."
Right, and this is speaking about the wicked. Okay, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. They are the wicked race. And they slander the Israelites, man. They slander Jacob. Okay, Jacob was the progenitor of the 12 tribes. You so-called blacks, you Latinos, you Native Americans, they slander you, man. Okay, they're always accusing you. They make the drugs and they push them in the ghettos. You know, they raise taxes, they raise modern day living, and they don't raise the wage. So you're in a no-win situation. You know, they put liquor stores and in the ghettos, but you don't see that shit in the rich neighborhoods, man. You know, they've stolen your identity. They pushed evil upon you. You know, and you people don't stand up. Y'all don't know that you're being targeted, man. Go ahead, brother.
And it's strategic. It's a strategic target for those people, man. You know, that's why they have it set up the way they have it set up, as far as, you know, different things that they have in these different neighborhoods, man. And they know where Jake is mostly at, man. And this is where they do most of the bullshit, man. This is where they advertise and have most of the bullshit. You know, because they know Jake is gonna be, you know, Jake is gonna more likely fall right into the bullshit, because our people, you know, they don't have knowledge like they do. You know? This is 21. It says, "These things hast thou done, and not kept silence.
Right.
Though thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself."
Right, so you think that because the Lord hasn't come off his throne, you know, the Most High hasn't sent Yahweh Shai, okay, whom you painted white and gave him that Jesus title, you know, and I was pondering on this the other day. I'm gonna say this, man. The scriptures say it is a curse for a man to have long hair, man, but yet Jesus Christ, okay, he got that ZZ Top look, man. He got that, what does Bayan call it? That Labrador Retriever hair. You see what I'm saying? So go figure that, man. So you got to study these scriptures, man, to see what's going on. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. It says, I'll start back at the top. It says, "These things hast thou done, and not kept silence. Though thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself."
Right. They all these things that they perpetrate, like the brother said, you know, it's a strategic. It's planned. We read about the crafty council. We read that the nations are enemies, man. You people don't want to do nothing about it. You know, you hear about what go down in Buckingham Palace. Some of you brothers saw that video. You know what I'm saying, about all the pedophile shit that goes on, the blood drinking, bro. You know what I'm saying? That in itself is enough for the Lord to come and rain fire upon you devils, man. You know? But now y'all take wickedness to the extreme. You do more. Right? Bring us into poverty by poisoning our food, man. By lying, cheating, robbing, and stealing, you know? You think that the Lord is just like you. Matter of fact, you guys call yourselves Jesus, man. Paint yourselves as the prophets and the angels.
It says, "But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes."
See, this is what's going on, man. This is what the Lord is doing. The Lord is reproving you, all right, and setting us in order right before your eyes. Okay? They never saw this before. They never saw blacks and Latinos coming together to prophesy the word of the Lord. They always thought we was going to be fighting at each other's throats, on drugs, out of school, teen pregnancies, man. You see what I'm saying? But the Lord is setting us up in order. He's setting up camps. He's setting up the prophets as of old in these last days, man. Okay? The Lord's destroying your crafty counsel, man. He's shedding light, all right, on the secret counsel of the wicked. Okay? Their NWO, their plot to subjugate every single man, woman, and child. That'll make you stand up. I don't know what does. You know, and it's funny because this last Thursday, I had a conversation with some Jakes at work, and they were going in. I was sitting back, and like, damn, Jake know about it, man. Jake know about the scandemic, man, about the number 19. They know that that they were telling them to stay in their house all day or they was gonna die was bullshit. They knew the mask didn't work, man. There's people out there that know about the C theories. All right. So hey, Lord willing, hey man, hey, some might come in, man. We don't know, man. All we know is that Lord willing, we'll probably be of that elect. The scriptures speak about in the last days, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, man. So we know that there's going to be a flood of people coming into the knowledge that are going to be waking up. The Spirit's going to be poured on these last days, and hey, we're just thankful that hey, we're bearing the heat of the day right now. That's all right. They get they bear 1 hour in the truth, they get saved. Hey, so be it. That's the Lord's plan. Hey, we congratulate that. You know what? The scriptures say for the yeah, the harvest is it's a lot of work to do, but the labors are few, man. You see what I'm saying? But we know that there's only going to be a select few, and that's beautiful, man. Because the majority of the people can't understand the severity of what's going on here. We're fighting a real battle against evil, against wickedness, man. Matter of fact, Ephesians 6. You got some, brother?
Yeah, because the Lord said not everybody's going to seek his knowledge, man, because Yahweh Shai said that, man. He said that this was really for the majority of the people. But this is not for the multitude of the people. That's why he said that the multitude of the was born in vain, man. So a lot of these people out here, they're pretty much destined for death and destruction, man, because that's their judgment according to Yahweh Shai. But this is Matthew 13, and I'll start at verse 11. So he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you, that's talking about the remnant, the elect of the 1/3, to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them is not given. That's why when you talk to your mother or your father or your brother or your cousins, they can't get it, man. Like the brother said, they think you're a fool, they think you're crazy, man. They want to know why you're involved in all this. You know, they want to know why you waste your time doing all this, man. That's their viewpoint. It says, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom. The verse spoke about that. The verse spoke about how this book is a mystery, it's a secret, revealed only to his prophets, man. It says, but unto them it is not given. So like because given to you to know the mystery of the kingdom of heaven, but to them is not given. For whosoever has, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever has not, he shall be taken away, even that he has. And we see that happen before, man. We see men coming to this truth, and they're blessed with the knowledge, and then what happened, they bugged out, and that all that knowledge, all that understanding got taken away from them, man. They're out there preaching some jacked up doctrine, man. Talking about the new covenant's already here, and this, that, the other, and we're not going to receive spiritual bodies, and all kinds of madness, man, because that what they have got taken away from them. So let's go back to verse 13. It says, therefore speak I to them in parables. So Yahweh Shai will speak with it, man. He spoke the word, but he knew that only a small number of people are going to get it, even though he spoke to the majority. Man, he fed the majority. He fed the majority bread and fishes. But he knew that the majority of the people were going to get it because they were designed that way.
What they say too, a lot of them were offended in Yahweh Shai, man. A lot of people were offended in who you call Jesus Christ. So all this whole talk about the Lord loves everybody and hey, that's a bunch of BS, man. When you go into the Word, man, the Lord offended a lot of people with the truth.
Right. And that's why they sought to kill him, man. That's one of the reasons why they sought to kill him and crucify him, because he was putting a dent into their program. That's right. He was basically ruining what they had, and they're doing the same thing today. They see us as a threat to their program. That's why Vocab alone so hard about going against the Israelites. How come he doesn't go speak about the pedophiles in the Catholic Church? How come he doesn't go speak about the small hats, man?
Yeah.
How come he doesn't go speak against the Mormons? How come he go debunk the Mormons, man? We all know that's a book of lies. How come he doesn't go against the Jehovah's wickedness? But he goes against the Israelites because it's putting a dent in what they call plantation Christianity. it's making question what they teach. A lot of these people out here in Christianity, they're questioning because of the prophecy the Lord is standing out here what the Bible really means. And their pastors have no answer for that. I'm going to keep on going, verse 13. It says, therefore speak I to them in parables, because they see it not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which says, so it's prophecy that the majority of people are not going to get this word. Right? By hearing you shall hear, you shall not understand, and see you shall see and not perceive. So it's only for a small group of people to understand this knowledge. And if you can, then that's grace shown unto you. And you should be very grateful of that grace, man.
Oh, I wanted to say something. And the thing about a parable is like a you know, it's like a scenario to explain something of wisdom or something of value, right? The thing is that some of them were plain to understand, okay, and some weren't. You see what I'm saying? And with the disciples, they didn't understand. The Lord will privately explain it to them. So that's the beauty of being part of the elect, part of the disciples of the Heavenly Father, that the Lord, He'll explain these things to you, man. But see, these same scriptures get taught to other Israelites and they don't understand them, even in Israel. That's why you got other groups, man, if you will. They don't, you know, they don't fully explain like the MOTV and what it really is. It really is that RFID. Let's get what did I have? Yeah, let's get what this brother had first. Then we'll go to Ephesians.
On that song,
Yeah, the one where it says, the one that I told you to get.
First Corinthians 1 verse 21 reads, for after that, the wisdom of Yahweh,
Yeah, you got it.
like the world by wisdom, not Yahweh.
Right, the world. See, and that's what people think, right? You got scholars, right? You got these No Gap alone. There are all these people that they go to cemetery schools, and you got all these churches and all these people, right? But they got the wisdom of the world. See, the wisdom of these scriptures is actually given from on high. The understanding, the opening of your mind to really get the deeper understanding has to be given to you of the Heavenly Father. It's not something that is just easily accessible. You can get it and understand it. Hey, blessed are your ears, because there really is levels, man. There really is your eyes really have to be open to really get what the Word is really saying. And the Lord subs day after day, time after time, and reveals more things, because the book is deep, man. The book is like an ocean, bro. The book is like an ocean. You know what I'm saying? No, you can't really say you swam to the bottom of the ocean. That's how deep the Word is, man. That's why you gotta sup. That's why you gotta hope and pray the Lord substitute day after day, man. Because it could be taken from you, bro. Go ahead, on.
But it pleased Yahweh by the foolishness of preaching,
Right,
to save them that believe.
right, by the foolishness of preaching to save those that believe. So this is foolishness to people, man. But guess what? Some people are gonna be saved by this, right? And this, what we're doing, coming out here to the chief place of Concord, this is where wisdom crieth without. This is where the Lord sent his disciples to the downtown area, the marketplace, man, where people would be passing by to proclaim this out in the open. You see, and that's what you see, you know. But again, like the brother said, like, a lot of people see this and seeing and hearing, they don't believe, man. Let's get this in Ephesians, brother. Go back to these devils.
This is Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 10. Finally, my brother, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might.
You gotta be strong, man. You gotta be strong, man. You gotta pray. Pray that the Heavenly Father keeps you in the knowledge, man. Because it is a battle.
David prayed for that. David prayed for the Holy Spirit to take it from him. So if someone as dear to the Lord as David prayed for the Most High to be with him, how much more should we? Because we're living in a time where anything can happen to you, man. That's why the scripture says, say goes about it more night, seeking you the power, man. He's gonna go after those weak in faith. He's gonna go after those that doubt, those that are double-minded, those that are wishy-washy. Those people that are weak in this faith, well, you gotta be strong in this faith, man. You gotta be like Joshua. What did the Most High tell Joshua all the time? Be of strong and good courage, right? So that's the mentality you have in these days right here, to be of strong and courage in this faith, man. You know, so to do otherwise is to be what they call lukewarm. What did Yahweh Shai speak about the lukewarm? They'll be spewed out of his mouth. Yahweh Shai said that either you're with me or against me. He did not gather with his scatters abroad, that was referred to him. So there's no either or, there's no I don't know, there's no kind of sort of with the Most High, man. Like the brother said, if you can understand this knowledge, then hey man, you gotta hold fast which thou hast, man. Let's any man take like cross.
You gotta basically take we spoke about it before the camera cut on. You gotta bear your cross, man.
Right.
You know?
God, continue on in verse 11. It says, put on the whole armor of the Most High,
Right? Put on the whole armor. Right?
that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Right, that's the trickeries, man. You know what I'm saying? Wiles are the trickeries, man. Satan is as the word lion. It can trick you, can deceive you, and it can use your flesh against you. Can use thoughts, scenarios, and people, and women, and children, and whatever. Satan comes in many forms, man. Go ahead.
God, verse 12 says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood,
Right,
but against principalities.
right. So what we're really wrestling against, all right, is Satan. Okay, we're really wrestling against demons, man. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I always like to say this too, man. Moses, bro. When Moses went out there, right? He said, "Hey, Lord, who am I? A man of slow speech." He said, "I'll take Aaron, your brother, take him with you, and he will be a prophet, and you will be like a god." You see what I'm saying? That's why Moses was changed, and his countenance was shining. When he went to see the Most High at the Mount Sinai, when he came down, the people couldn't behold his face because he has so much wisdom. He has seen, okay, the Most High, so to speak, man. But that's how spiritual this warfare is. It's a spiritual warfare. There's things unseen. All right. There's a whole vibration. What do people say? Like, you know the vibes. Well, if you know the vibe out here, you know that it's an evil vibe. You know that the things of the world are supposed to be like this. You know? You can feel the injustice in the world. You see it. You see it on the news. You see it, with children, you know? Even nowadays, the children are far left. People are just gone. The whole vibration, the whole mood out here is just evil, and it's getting worse. But this is what we're wrestling against. Go ahead.
God. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood,
Right.
but against principalities and against
Powers,
against rulers of the darkness of this world.
right? Hey, and see who got the power right now? You know, these other nations, man. Mainly Esau, Edom. The rulers of what?
It says, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
Right, the rulers of the darkness of this world, the people that perpetrate darkness, who perpetrate evil, mainly Esau, Edom, your witches, your warlocks, your magi's, man, your astrologers, people that put together different incantations, enchantments, different things that you see. Okay, that's what you're fighting. That's what we're fighting against. Okay, that's what we're fighting against, man. We're fighting against Dr. Falsies and what's this guy? Kill Gates. You see what I'm saying? The dudes that created AIDS, man. Ebola, the number 19. That's what we're fighting against. Them cats, man. The Rockefellers, the DuPonts. Motherfuckers, they have a chair, all right, in the middle of a big old table, and they say Satan sits there himself. These cats that are at the Bohemian Grove sacrificing children. The merciless murders of children, these kids they put on the milk carton back in the 80s and 90s, but it was the government taking these kids, man. That's what we're fighting against, man. A lot of you, Jake, it just baffles me how a lot of you, Jake, just chill, sit back, and you think you're super cool. Like, nah, this is cool, man. This is a purpose in life. What's your purpose? You know what I'm saying? Sure ain't to kill and maim and destroy your brother. That's not what's happening, man. You can break that down real simple with simple wisdom and knowledge, man. You don't, hey, what does the scripture say? Like, do unto others as you would like to be done unto yourself. That's simple, right? But to a lot of people, that just goes over their head. And it's all good, all right, until it happened to you, then what? Ain't nobody stronger than this word. This word will penetrate the most wickedest of sinners, man. And if the Lord want to change you, he will. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 12, Ephesians 6 and 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Right, spiritual wickedness in high places, man. People that you don't see, the movers and shakers, people that create money, people that own the media, right? People that own banks, all right? That own Fortune 500 companies, man, to make the world go round. who are blood drinkers, who sacrifice children, all right, who sit back and literally say, we got to get these prophets off the street. They see us. They see YouTube flooded with lives. You think somebody ain't sitting back looking at all these lives come up on YouTube? All these Israelite camps? It's mainly a Great Millstone, the one that is bringing in full force. You think they don't see that? They're plotting, man. Give me an answer where it says there shall be a great insurrection against those that fear the Lord. There's another scripture. What does it say? When they saw the animals on their feet, the Revelation 11 and 11. So they see us, man. The other day, Apostle Gabar, he said it again in one of his videos, and he says it from time to time. You got back in the day, there was a dude that pulled up in a limo, and Edomite jumped out, bro. He bopped out. What'd he say? How did you guys find this? How'd you guys uncover this, man? We've been trying to keep this from you guys for a long time. We spent a lot of money.
They spent millions of dollars hiding this knowledge from you, man.
That's that crafty council, man. They've been, since the Edomites got into power, the so-called white man, they've done everything in their power to deceive you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. They got you killing yourself, and they got you happy about it. They got you glorifying it just depravity, man. The scriptures say that we were created to be a righteous, a holy nation, man. You know what I'm saying? A peculiar people, man. Peculiar, you know, something different, bro. You know, like you ever saw a woman, something different about you, or a woman ever tell you that? You know, you heard that before? Oh yeah. It's just something different about that person.
And that goes back to the perpetual hatred, man. Because what you're seeing happening now, the women is being promoted to music, movies, and media against, and it's always targeted against you, Jake. It's always targeted against you, so-called black and Native Americans. It's targeted so you can kill yourself, man. It's targeted so you can have a depraved mentality, man. You know, they teach you to be adulterous. They teach you to be lewd and lustful after things, man. They teach you to be at the lowest vibration, because they understand that if you were to get close to the Most High and be in a high spiritual vibration, that this whole world will fucking change, man.
And not only that, but check. I'm gonna say this, man. When you are more obedient to the Lord bestows you with more spiritual understanding, more blessing. The Lord subs with you, man. The more righteous you are, the more the Lord subs with you. That's what a lot of Jake don't understand. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because like we were talking about this, everything you see is geared toward the destruction of Jake. Genocide, man. What you're seeing is genocide in full effect. And the reason they want to do this is because in their broad mind, in their deception by the left-hand side, the crafty counsel of the wicked, the violent in heart, Esau Edom thinks that he can overcome the Lord, man. That's right. As long as if we can kill enough Israelites, we can get our blessing back. And that's ultimately their end goal, man. And that's what the MOTV is about. That's what their New World Order agenda is about. It's all toward getting getting their blessing back, because they think they can disrupt prophecy, because the demons on the left-hand side and put a deception spirit upon us and say, yeah, you can do it, man. You figure out all the mysteries, because they think they have. They think they figured all the mysteries out already.
And we brought that out. You know, the scripture said, "Thou thinkest thou as such as one is like thyself." They actually think the Most High is with them, man. They actually think they've begun to believe their own lies, that Jesus is white and it was made like this. It's supposed to be like this. They have a deceptive doctrine, man.
That's manifest destiny. They believe that they were conquering America. Right. They believe in manifest destiny. There's destiny that we can kill all these Native Americans to take their land. Yeah. There's destiny that we can enslave these so-called black men and empower ourselves and give us a 500-year head start against these people, man.
Well, God ain't done nothing to us, so we must be doing the right thing. Because look at them. Look at how low estate they are. Look at they want to do this. They want to do drugs. They want to commit adultery. They want to rob, steal, and murder. Look at them. Oh, hey, God must not like them. But y'all got it twisted, because really, the Lord has used y'all to perpetrate the evil, and our people just latched onto it. See, they're deceived in their own minds, man. You know? Got it more? Get your precept, brother.
And that's why, devils like Joel Holstein, man, when the truth started coming out more, what happened? He ripped up the Bible and said it cuts my theology, man. Prophets are out here basically breaking down the scriptures, correctly, man.
And they said there was they said that was a satire website that brought that article out. Cause I actually did a video on it. They said that it was false, and that website is satire, meaning they bring out false claims just to get a rise out of people. There was no real actual basis. But my thing is, hey, check it out. If it ain't true, hey, show us proof. Because as far as we're concerned, you devils be doing it. So.
Right.
Well, they do it in the sense that they don't need to teach the word correctly anyway.
Exactly.
They're the one that twist it and turn the scripture.
Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah.
You might as well rip the Bible. You feel me? You might as well rip the Bible, burn it. You know what I'm saying? Like this guy, what's his name? No Light. No Light did that. Look at him. You start talking about the apostles were rapists, and look at him, man.
Yeah.
The Most High ain't nothing to play with, bro. The Most High will get you off the same shit you talking about, man.
This Luke 12 and 2, it says, "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known."
That's right. Right, and that's why the Lord is shedding light upon the wickedness of these nations. What you got, brother? Go for it.
Revelation 11, verse 11. It says, "And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them."
Right. See, and we're in that 3 day and a half mark, man. Okay, we're in that time where the Lord will raise up His people. We through the Spirit, we have, we mentioned Joel, man, where Scriptures say that the Lord will raise up the poured Spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and daughters shall prophesy. So they're seeing us. They're seeing, okay, they've seen the prophets out. You got Joe Biden, calling us what? Domestic terror. They're lumping us up in there. You got agendas. You got different agendas that speak about people talking against the system. They call us sea theorists. You know what I mean? So they're afraid. Okay? Make no mistake about it. Just because he got agenda, just because he got the army, the police militarized, just because they got this Rex 84 and these FEMA counties, don't mean that they're not afraid, man. The scriptures say that they're afraid, yet they durst fight. You see, because the Lord raised up Pharaoh. The same way in Egypt, only to destroy him and show His power, man. Showing you that the Heavenly Father's in control of it all.
It says, "And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to the heavens in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them."
Right, so ultimately the Lord's coming with salvation in those chariots, man. Right, those UFOs, the enemies will deceive the elect, who we hope to be those men, man. And a lot of chariots. I see the chariot myself, man. It was one of the most spectacular things I've ever seen. It was definitely something. It was a chariot.
The true definition of limitless. Ain't no limit. Like with the Lord, there's nothing impossible with the Lord, man. We have the reason why it's so amazing to us is because we're on a different type of we're on a level as far as this world, man. But the Lord said that the wisdom of this world is foolishness with Him, man. And then when you go into Job, it says that the Lord asks us 1,000 questions, we couldn't answer one of them, man. So how far out is the mind of the Lord, man?
Yeah. Yeah, you can't reason with the Lord, really. You can't really. You can't. The scriptures also say, "Who has met the Lord in judgment?" You can't sit there at the table and be like, "Lord, I see what you're doing, Lord." Like, no, hell no, bro. Like, I see why you did that, Lord. But I would have done it like this. And the scriptures say, "The Lord, who has been the Lord's counselor." Matter of fact, let's get that, brother. Let's get that because our people don't seem to understand the magnificence of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. Who had been the Lord's counselor? The scriptures say, my ways are not your ways. Neither are my thoughts your thoughts, man. You cannot meet the Lord in His total understanding, bro. Most High, the Lord has given us that's why the scriptures say, for we prophesy in part, but that which is full, when shall come, then we shall know it all, man. When Yahweh Shai fully subs with us, man, when we get these bodies changed, our brains can't even comprehend. We don't even use our whole brain, right? The Lord got to make us use our whole brain, and then maybe, you feel me? We'll be able to understand the exactly how far out Yahweh Shai really is.
It's Proverbs 21 and 29. It says, "The wicked man hardeneth his face, but as for the upright, he directed his way." It says, "There is no wisdom, nor understanding, nor counsel against the Lord Yahweh." Okay, it says, "The horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is of the Lord Yahweh." But the point was in 30. It says, "There is no wisdom, nor understanding, nor counsel against the Lord," man. So there's, like the brother was saying, you can't, I mean, who can counsel? You know, who can stand before him? No one. You know what I mean? And he's the ultimate judge. He's the ultimate director. Here it is that these heathen, right, has gotten up. If you sit back and analyze it, these heathen has gotten up as far as boasting in their nuclear weapons and things of that nature, just to wipe each other out, man. But who gave the plan? The Lord gave the plan, man. Because when you go to Isaiah, it tells you what he created the smith to blow the coals in the fire. Okay, so the Lord gave the plan to do what's about to be done, man. Right? Contrary to popular belief, man. But we understand. Okay, and we get it. We understand, man. You know, and a lot of people will be set on their leaves until that time come. A lot of people will be comfortable doing what the fuck they're doing in America until that time comes, man. But yet, when this place is judged, right, you're not going to have, if you don't have any works, you're not going to have any answer nor salvation, man. You know, especially if you hurt us. Okay, especially if you scoff, because give me a Micah 7 and 9. He just reminded me of it.
Let's get Isaiah 40 and 13.
40 and 13.
Yeah, go for it.
Isaiah 40 and 13, it reads, "Who hath directed the Spirit of the Most High, or being his counselor, he have taught him."
There you go. Run that back, brother.
Fine. So who hath directed the Spirit of the Most High,
Hey, who had directed the Spirit of the Most High, man? Go ahead.
or being his counselor, have taught him?
Who had been his counsel? Who had taught the Most High, man? Because you got people that'll say that. Well, who's the Most High? You ever heard that? If you're Edomites say, well, who's God? You know? And you got Edomites that say that. Who made God? Fucking idiots.
Yeah, because they believe in that all that science bullshit, man. And they try to explain God as a theory or a hypothesis. You know, so they question the Most High that made them, man. You know, so when they say, well, who's God? Well, because you're an Edomite and you don't know shit. That's why you say that. You have no spirit with him, man. You have a perverted spirit with him. So you speak perverted things. So to question the Most High is a perverted thing to say, man.
You got one? Is there more? Okay.
Said, "If whom took he counsel, and of who instructed him,
Right.
and taught him the path of judgment, and taught him knowledge."
Run that back, brother.
Huh. "With whom took he counsel,
Right. Whom had taken counsel with?
and whom instructed him,
Right. Who instructed him?
and taught him in the path of judgment,
Right. And taught him in the path of judgment. You gonna teach the Lord in the way? You gonna show him how to judge, the world? You know? Hey, Ezra's wanted Israel to have compassion. The Lord was like, you don't understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, man. Your understanding doesn't allow you to understand exactly what am I doing in its entirety. You know, that's why when we come out here and tell you that the Lord, who perishes being innocent, babies get killed, and people get judgment of the Lord, death comes upon people. Y'all don't understand. That's how the Most High works, man. That's how He wants that person's story to end. And that's why we come out here to tell you, unless you want your story to end like that, peradventure you be part of the elect, they repent. Go ahead.
Right. And taught him knowledge, and shewed to him the way of understanding. That was on that. I got to spit that though.
Go ahead.
Find Isaiah 55 and verse 8 reads, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Most High." Right down. Yeah, because it's saying the Most High is not on your level, bro. He's way above us, man. Keep going on with this, verse 9. "So as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways."
Right, my ways are higher than your ways, man. So, like we come at you and we tell you to seek the ancient paths, all right? And what does our people want to do? They want to be modernized, right? They want to go in a way not cast up. Get that, brother, fuck Sean. Go in a way. No, let this brother. Go in a way not cast up. Go in a way not cast up. Go ahead.
Fine. So So as the heavens are higher than the earth,
Right.
so are my ways higher than your ways.
Right, the Lord's ways are higher than your ways. So when the Heavenly Father says, look for the old paths, okay, seek the old paths, you know, what do you say? Nah, we like it modernized, you know. But really, the old path is the way it is, and that's why you get wisdom from the elders, man. From, you know, that's why the Word set it up like that, man. You know, because you gotta look at those who the Lord established, man. You gotta look at how the Heavenly Father had wanted things to be ran. Like if the world was only run by the laws, judgments, statutes, and commandments, we wouldn't be in this problem. You see? Go ahead.
And my thoughts than your thoughts.
But let's get this real quick, and then we're gonna get Tazar.
This is Second Esdras, chapter 8, and verse 47. It says, "For thou comest far short,
Right?
that thou shouldest be able to love my creature more than I."
Right. You know, Esdras was asking, well, what about all of Israel, man? Are they all gonna get put to death? And the Lord was like, hey, man. Hey, for the empty are empty, and for the full are full. And that's how people look at it, man. You know, people look at it like, well, it might not be for me. And some people are like, hey, it's right up my alley. So be it, right? That's why we always talk about an elect, right? A grape cluster, a grape of the cluster is going to be saved, man.
It says, "But I have oft times drawn near unto thee and unto it, but never to the unrighteous."
Right, never to the unrighteous, man. The Lord, He does hear not sinners, man. You know, so you know, all those people that are, you know, bullshitting, shucking, and jiving, talking about, oh, the Lord's with me, and you know what I'm saying. On the other hand, you commit wickedness. The Lord's far from you, man. The Lord's very far from you. Okay, when you come to understand, the Heavenly Father don't take you as is. Okay, that you have to repent, you have to change, you have to put on holiness. Only then do you really understand what the Heavenly Father's about.
Because you say only then will you understand. You gotta come back, you gotta repent, come back to His Word, and then the Most High will sup with you, man. You gotta have a repentant heart first. The Scripture talk about a broken and contrite spirit. That's the only way you can come to the Lord. Because if you come with your pride, and you come, you know, like these Christians do, you know, they what do they say? You know, come as you are. You know, but you can't come as you are to the Lord. You gotta shame yourself. You gotta say, hey, Yahweh Shai said, you must be born again.
Yeah.
So you can't come as you are. You got to put away the Scripture says, put off the old man. So you can't come as you are. So that's a false doctrine right there. To come as you are, man. What did the Christianity say? They say the Lord hates sin, but loves the sinner. No,
Yeah.
the Lord hates the sinner too, man.
Love the sinner, not the sin.
That's retarded. Hosea 14:9 says, "Who is wise? He should understand. Who is wise? He should understand these things. Prudent, he shall know them. For the ways of the Lord are right, and the just shall walk in them." See, so you gotta have a whole lifestyle adjustment when you come into this truth, man. When you are a repentant heart, a broken and contrite spirit, you just can't say, "Well, hey, I believe now," and then you're gonna go ahead and do the same old bullshit. The dog is waiting to his vomit. It says, "The ways of the Lord are right, and the just shall walk in them, but the transgressor shall fall therein." Man. You know, so those that continue to sin, ultimately they're going to fall, man. They're going to be destroyed. So I appreciate that.
On that, because honestly, like, the world, you ain't shit, bro. Like, well, you think most I want that shit? Come on, man. I want to be transformed. I want you to change for the truth. This truth is way above us. This is holiness, man. This is way of the Most High. This is Romans 12, verse 2 reads, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." Today, most of them are who we were before. Most of them wants to change. You call it the person who we were in the world, man. To walk in righteousness, to walk with integrity. You see, they don't walk with integrity. They do fuck all and shit, man. I feel like this, I'm gonna do like that. There's no regards for consequences, man.
And that's why it's really the heart is deceitful above all things, the heart is the mind. So when you do those things that you want to do according to the lust of your eyes and lust of your flesh, the pride of life, then you're walking contrary to the Most High, man. We're here to tell you that that's not the way it works, man. You know, we call out the scriptures where you don't understand what the Lord thinks. You don't know this program of Jacob, because ultimately it's a mystery to the majority of people, but we're breaking down that mystery for the simple can understand, man.
Right, the elect are going to understand it. The elect are going to understand that they were created to be a holy people, man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to say this too. The things that the elect do, ultimately, they're going to be justified. how about that? That's what a lot of people can't understand, and that's you know, for you to get that memo in the last day, there was an actually election, you were a part of it. That's gonna be the coldest. That's gonna be the coldest piece of all. You see what I'm saying? That's gonna be the coldest drink of water. You know what I'm saying? Poured on your back that you'd have never had. To understand that there was a chosen people and you were not one of them. You see what I'm saying? Scriptures talk about when Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are revealed, and you and the kingdom of heaven, and you yourself thrust out. How about that, man? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna tell me you're gonna look up into the, you know, you're gonna get a glimpse of the kingdom, right? See all the holy prophets, see everybody, Hawashai, the Most High, right? And you're gonna be like, nah, I'm good. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? You know? The scriptures say, mighty men shall cry there bitterly. Why? Because they know that they weren't part of the elect, bro. And that's gonna be a shame. You can say you're gonna be ashamed in that day, bro. Yeah.
Because he got rejected by the Lord.
That's right, brother. God. Hey, you Edomites are through, man. You can stop teaching the Bible, man. Put it down, bro. Just stop. You know? Because what have you to declare righteousness, man? What can you possibly say? That's why we believe that they're really not using religion anymore, man. You know what I'm saying? They're using Satanism now. Straight out. They're just coming out with it, man. It's all in your
Psalms 18 and 41 says they cried, but there was none to save them. Even unto the Lord, but he answered them not. So that's the ultimate rejection that the Lord is talking about, man. You know, those people that are now the elect, which include two-thirds of the house of Israel, and the heathens and the Edomites. It says they cried, but there was none to save them. Even to the Lord, and he answered not. So all these Christians out here, they're going to be crying to the Lord. They're going to be crying to Jesus, the Lord Jesus, man. It says, then did I beat the small as the dust before the wind. I did cast them out as dirt in the streets. And that's most like this, man. So the Lord rejects the unworthy. He rejects the wicked, man. You know, that's why he says, what does he say? He says, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. So there's a preference, there's a rejection. The Lord has a preference of a certain people, which is the house of Israel, and first and foremost, the elected of one-third. And he has a rejection of others, man. You know, what does the scripture say? Let's say, now I have not done so with any nation. So there is an event, there is an agreement, there is a chosen generation. You know, we are that chosen generation. We are that royal priesthood. That's right. To enforce the glory of His word.
Yeah, Lord willing, man. Hey, I'm gonna say this, bro. I'm gonna say this, man. You know what? If not us, who?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord said He shall abundantly pardon, man. Somebody's gonna get forgiven, bro. And somebody's gonna get destroyed, man. But you gotta put forth the works. Make your calling and election sure. That's the only really hope you got. Let's get that in the Esdras, and then we'll get that.
On the second Esdras 9 and verse 6, 9 verse 15 page.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's get this first.
Jeremiah 18 and 15 it says, because my people have forgotten me,
Right?
they have burned incense to vanity,
Right?
and they have caused them to stumble. It says, and they have caused them to stumble in their ways from the ancient path.
See, the people they don't wanna hear the ancient path, man. I was thinking about that. Matter of fact, before I came to camp, I was pondering at my house, man. I was thinking, I'm like, man, how much have we changed, bro? Like brothers in the truth, brothers wear oils, man. Brothers anoint themselves and pray in the Hebrew. Brothers wear garments, man. Brothers are giving their young kids Israelite names. Hey, we go by Israelite names ourselves. Hey, that's a change, man. Like the average Joe, you see what I'm saying? They're trying to be more modernized, and we're trying to go back to the ancient world, trying to get that king, that wisdom-like mentality, man, that our men had, man. Like
we're trying to get our masculinity back, right? You know, going back to Ecclesiastes 12th chapter, the whole duty of man, we're trying to get our masculinity back.
That's right.
You know, our heritage back, man.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for, man. We're trying to be real men again, according to the words of the Scripture.
Yeah, straight up, bro. Straight up. We lost it, man. And his brother be saying that all the time. Like we've been marinating in Babylon juice, bro. And it seeped into our whole way of being. We gotta get it out, man. You see what I'm saying? Hey, and the brother, that brother from Mississippi, bro, Hastings is coming, and his name is talking, brother. Because man, he said that, man. He's like, if you want to put art in your crib, man, he said put the commandments in the paleo, bro. Put your tribe. Put a banner of your tribe out in your crib, man. Put a scripture on the wall. You know what I'm saying? Put some Hebrew up there. Put some paintings of Yahweh Shai.
They did that in nature. They put on the doorpost.
That's right.
They put the scripture on the doorpost. They put the pundits. So they were all about the word. Day in, day out. That's why they shall meditate day in and the morning. We make this law day.
Right.
You know, so you gotta be a man about this word. What Psalm was? I think it's Psalm the first chapter. The blessed man. He meditates on the word night and day. But paraphrase, whatever he shall do shall prosper, because the Lord's gonna be with that man, man. The Lord's gonna cause blessings to come upon you. Not blessings in the sense where you're gonna get Cadillacs and houses and all that, but blessings of having a righteous mentality, man.
Right.
That's the real blessing.
That's a real blessing, man. In these last days, when the world is full of evil, wickedness, hey, it's cutthroat out here, man. It's beginning to get cutthroat. But yeah, you got that last. That's authentic, bro. That's original, bro. What do the scriptures say? The scriptures tell you. What did the Lord say, man? That the Lord had taught you from the beginning to love one another. That was from the beginning, bro. Right? When we was in the heavens, bro, when the Lord was creating everything, bro, when he created the elect, he told them, hey, man, listen. Like a father admonishes his sons, man. Hey, y'all better love one another. We learned that from the beginning, bro. And our people are becoming wicked, degenerate, hateful, envious, no compassion, murdering one another. What's more authentic, bro? What do people always say? What do people always say? Nobody understands me. Nobody got my back. Nobody's down for me. Well, the men of the Lord are going to have that, bro. That's how we were created to be. We were created to be hostile individuals towards one another, man. Putting up walls and you know, hurting one another and shit. You can't even make friendships nowadays, man. What the fuck? You can't even meet a woman and shit. There's all these fucking games and shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that, brother.
This is Revelations chapter 22, verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments,
Right.
and that they might have the right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city.
Woo! You see that? Those that keep the commandments are going to enter into the gates, man. The Lord, the chariots they're gonna swoop you up. Chariots gonna scoop them men up, man. Lord willing, we be those men. What you got? Yeah.
On 2 Notice 9 verse 15, it reads, I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that many more which perish than them which be saved.
Yeah, there be many much more that perish than them that be saved, man. You see? Run that back, brother, because people tend to think, you know, the narrative of Christianity today is what? Everybody gonna make it. Everybody gonna sing Kumbaya. Everybody, you know, this, that, and the other, man. But the Bible don't say that, bro. You know, go ahead, brother.
I have said before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish, than them which be saved.
Right.
Like as a wave is greater than a drop.
You see that? Many more are going to perish than those are going to be saved. Like a wave is to a drop. All right? A wave in the ocean compared to a drop. That's a very...
It's like taking a grain of sand from the beach.
Exactly. That's like taking a grain of sand from the beach, bro. You know? So, you know, unless you love death, which our people love death, right? Because the scriptures say all those that hate me love death. You see? So you hate Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and his word, and you ultimately love death. And you're going to be part of that multitude that's going to perish, that part of those that are going to be ashamed, man. Like, and I say it real plainly like a man. I speak as a man, man. If that's what you about, then hey, that's what you about, man. Don't get mad when people point it out. Don't get mad when people point it out, man. See, because through the Spirit, man, you know, through the grace that has been bestowed upon brothers, man, hey, we hope to be part of the saved, man. We know what the Lord is going to bring. Therefore, we come out here, okay, to hopefully inspire others and maybe get some clemency in that day, man. That's what we're doing out here. See, because we're all susceptible to sin, man. I'm gonna say that. We're all fighting a battle. Some are fighting to win, and some are fighting to fucking lose, man. And that's just the point. Our people are fighting, are living to lose, man. You know.
And Paul said, run the race that you may win, right? You know, so it's in your best interest to live as much for the Lord as you can.
Right.
You know, so run the race that you may win. The Bible said that most of people are fighting to lose. They're setting themselves for downfalls, man.
Yeah.
They said they made a covenant with death. So death is the ultimate downfall. To live in death and to live in sin. You know, so if you made a covenant with death, then ultimately you're making a covenant with sin, and you're going against the Most High, right? And that's why you're going to be destroyed. But what we're speaking of here is a different mindset. That mindset is only going to belong to what we call the hopeful elect.
That's right.
That's we to be those men.
Yeah.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8 and verse 5. It says, if riches be a possession to be desired in this life, what is richer than wisdom that worketh all things?
Right, and I was pondering that this week, man, a couple of days ago. I was just reading, and I was looking at that because you have a lot of people who desire the things of this world and desire the things of this life like it's something to be desired. You know, but as I mentioned earlier, scriptures say that the wisdom of this world is foolishness with him, man. And the friendship of this world is enmity with the Most High, man. But if you desire, I got you. But if you desire wisdom, right, which is chief of all, right, you won't fall, man. Okay, can you run that back and then you're done?
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8 and verse 5. If riches be a possession to be desired in this life.
See, a lot of our people, like the brother was getting to earlier, a lot of our people don't think this is. See, our people are followers. They follow fads and things of that nature, right? It says this is not a popular thing to follow. They won't follow it until it becomes the thing to follow. You know, but that's how you weed out the fake. That's how you weed out the real. Who's in it for real? Who's not in it? Man. Okay. See, a lot of people, right? You can't hopscotch in the truth, man. You can't be in it one minute and then be in the world the next minute. It don't work like that. You know, but when you're in this thing, you should desire the wisdom because the wisdom of this is chief among all, man. With this wisdom, this is how we're going to rule nations. With this wisdom, this is how we're going to have these nations in subjection, man. Right? Scriptures say what? This is the whole duty of men.
Yeah.
Okay? And when you really ponder and think about that, right? This is your whole duty. So how people watch sports, how people create music, how people have, you know, all these different hobbies that keep them entertained in the world, and this is what you have to be entertained by, man. You know, this is what you're not entertained by, but this is what you have to indulge in, and this has to be your go-to. Like back then, right, when we were like ruling, and like you look at, you read the stories of old, right? You know, like King David and King Solomon. I mean, they were men of the Lord, man, which was a high position to be, okay? And that's what we're coming back to, man. We're now remembering ourselves, man. And I'll say this too. I was gonna say it earlier, but when you come into this truth, you start thinking more of a tribal man, so to speak. Right? You start thinking like an Israelite, man. So you start viewing heathen as heathen. You know? So just like how they have a hatred towards us, we have the same hatred towards them. But the difference between us and our people, which is 2/3 of our people, is that 2/3 of our people welcome everybody with open arms, man. The scriptures even tell you, watch who you let come into your house, man. But our people don't have any wisdom to know that because they don't know who they are. And this is why, right, and ultimately it's through the Lord, but this is why he doesn't get down on our people like how they do, man. Because our people, right, they have became the new white people, man, in the 20s, in the 1800s and shit like that. Here it is, niggas will kill niggas, man. Right? Mexicans will kill Mexicans, or vice versa. Blacks will kill Mexicans, Mexicans will kill blacks, Latinos will kill blacks. So we're doing this, but yet we'll let the heathen walk right across, man. Okay? Let the heathen walk right across, man. And somebody said that this week, I was like, damn, that's powerful, man. Because he was like, yeah, today's Israelites, right, 2/3 of Israelites, I'm going to say as a whole, are the old white people. You know what I mean? As far as their mentality, man. You know, because here it is. I mean, yeah, you know, Esau a blast you and all that shit, but man, I'm not watching my back for it. You know, an everyday eating. I mean, I am, but you know, I can't. You know, I'd be hesitant to wear jewelry in a so-called black neighborhood, man, or eat at a so-called black restaurant and shit like that, man. Because niggas look at niggas as prey, man. Okay.
You gotta be more careful about your own people around these Israelites, man. You know, so what the brother said is true, and that's just shows that that's one of the verses. Matter of fact, Israelite towards your brother. So what the brother brought out, how Jake, you so-called black Native Americans, you try to excel in folly. You try to excel in different things that are not pleasing the Lord. But like the brother said, when you come into this truth, you're all about this word, man. This is 1 Corinthians 9 and 25. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things, while they do it to obtain a corruptible crown. And that's basically 2/3 of our people. And they're looking for that bag. They're trying to be the top rapper, the top athlete. They're trying to get the most bitches. They're trying to have the most expensive clothes, or so on and so forth. They're trying to start companies. They're trying to build empires. It ain't gonna work here in America, man. Michael 2 and 10, this is not our rest.
I just wanted to say something real quick because the brother had started with wisdom and whatnot. And he mentioned Solomon, bro. Bro, read Proverbs, man. Read Sirach, bro. He was flowing in there, bro. And he was putting this to that, making it make sense. You know, putting you up on game. Listen, what did Jake say? Hey man, you know, I'll give you the game. The Lord is giving you the game, bro. He's telling you how to move in this life, bro. That's what the Bible is, man. It's a manual for a man how to move in this world, bro.
Yeah, because the scriptures have what they call a code of conduct, man. And that's like the brother said, the book of Proverbs, wisdom of Solomon, Sirach. That's a code of conduct, man. That tells you how to behave and conduct yourself in every situation that you can find yourself in. If you read it and study it.
It's all in there.
That's a moral code that the Israelite man has to abide by. It tells you how to deal with women. It tells you how to deal with people. It tells you how to deal with money. It tells you how to deal with everything, man. So the Lord gave us a moral code, a moral standard which to live our life. And that goes into what the scripture says right here, the incorruptible law.
Hey, and I'm gonna say this. Hey, he didn't give that to the heathen. That's why the heathen eat whatever. You know what I'm saying? They act however. You know what I'm saying? They're unfair, unjust. They're thieves, man. A lot of these Arabs, man. Arabs, these Chinese. You go to the damn dollar store. They want to shortchange you, man. They changing the prices every other day. You know?
Yeah, they're shite, man. A lot of these heathen nations, they're looking to rip you off.
Yeah.
Because they see you as another nation, they see you as their enemy. They in their mind, it's okay for them to rip you off.
Yeah.
You know, it's allowed, it's justified to rip you off.
Man, not to cut you off, but I was saying that last night, man. You know, I was explaining it, and I was saying like they have the mentality that we have in the street. They have that, man, towards their own people.
Yeah.
So like they won't let you get with their daughter, man. You know what I mean? They won't let you do that because they understand that, hey, he's not of you need to be with somebody of that nation, right? And then you go turn around and Jake father or in the world or mother and be like, you can get whatever nation you want that you like. No, you can't have that, man. You can't have that. Okay, that can't come in here. See, we think like that, man. You can't have that, man. Like if I don't have any, but if I had a daughter, right? You know, you couldn't get a heathen boyfriend. You know what I mean? You can't, man. You know, you would have to get an Israelite, man. This is how the other nations think. And then when they come across men like us, right, they can see it on us, man. And feel that spirit on us, like, oh, something different about this man.
Yeah.
He carries himself not like a nigga, or not like a Mexican, or not like a Puerto Rican, or not like a whatever. Right? No, we carry ourselves with this truth, man. You know?
Because they see that you live your life according to a standard that's above everybody else. That's what they see. They see you stand out. That what makes you stand out. Living by this word makes you stand out.
Yeah.
Whether it be for good or people applaud you for it or they condemn you for it. Either way, it's going to make you stand out, man.
That's right.
So let me finish scripture. You can have it back. 1 Corinthians 9:25. Every man that strives for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible, man. So that should be your everyday goal, to gain your crown, man, and to hold on to it. Because Jesus says, "I hold fast to the crown."
Slocky, brothers. If I may say, what is a crown, man? A crown is given to who? Royalty, man.
Right.
See?
The royal priesthood, right?
Right, royal priesthood, royal crown. The Lord said He's going to give you a crown of life if you endure. That's what the Bible's speaking about, man. How to be kingly, man. Hey, what does the scripture say? Those of you that desire kingdom, wisdom, be wise.
Yeah, so I would say, when you become an Israelite, you become an Israelite, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? When you get into this truth, you start looking at the generations of old, man. The whole thing is different, man. So you start looking at shit for what it is. Like, you see niggas in the world that gang bang, that's another God that they serving, man. Right? You see niggas that's thugs and shit like that, that's another God that they serving. Right? They serve things in the world, and we can't be wrapped up in that. This is what we have to serve, man. This is the whole duty of a man, the whole duty of a man, man. And when we get this, then we'll have protection, Lord willing, from the things in this world. You gonna say something?
Yeah, I said, that's supposed to be a man, right? So most of our people, you're not men, bro. They're just going on bullshit. You're not. Aren't you are those 2/3? You're not men, man. They're just.
Because they're not men, because no one ever taught them that.
Yeah.
No one ever gave an example. No, they never had anything to compare themselves with as far as man was concerned, man. So what did they have? They had a woman. Most you chicks out there were raised by a woman. You have a feminine spirit, emotional spirit upon you. That's why you get offended by every little thing. That's why you can't tell Jake shit, because he gets offended by it. You get to be sensitive, man. But when you're a man, you gotta have a thick skin. You can't be easily offended. You gotta rule your spirit or be a master of your emotions. It's okay for a man to have emotions, but it's not okay for a man to be emotional. So they don't have the standard to know what it is to be a man. And part of that, whether I was shy saying, again, was we're talking about. Number one thing we gotta learn our own beginnings to be a man. Elder Gabar, he had a saying that says, before you become a man, the Lord, you gotta be a man. So think about that. When I heard that, man, that was deep, bro.
Just continue on. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 6. It says, and if prudence work, who of all that are is a more cunning worker than she. If a man love righteousness, her labors are virtues, for she teacheth temperance and prudence, justice and fortitude, which are such things as men can have nothing more profitable in their life.
Hey, so that's what the brother was, my bad, but that's what the brother was just speaking about, bro. They never had nobody to tell them. But what? If a man do these things, what, bro? You be all that you want to be and more.
Verse 8, it says, if a man desire much experience, she knoweth things of old.
See, if a man desire much experience, she know of things of old, man. She know of things of now and things to come. That makes you a wizard compared to these people, man. That makes you wise compared to these people on a mental level. Because you ask your everyday person, and then we have the spirit, but so you ask us what's to come, we're gonna tell you what's to come as far as World War III, throwing nuclear missiles and things of that nature, because we understand. But you ask that to a everyday nigga or an everyday person at that, they ain't gonna know what to tell you, man. Okay?
It says, and conjectureth aright what is to come. She knoweth the subtleties of speech and can expound dark sentences. She foreseeth signs and wonders in the events of seasons and times. Therefore I purpose to take her to me to live with me.
And we have to have the same mentality, right, as far as gaining wisdom, because wisdom is chief of all things, man. Right? And Solomon keeps telling you, what did he pray for? He prayed for wisdom. And with that, everything else is added on to him, man. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, knowing that she would be a counselor of good things and a comfort in cares and grief. For her sake I shall have estimation among the multitude, and honor with the elders, though I be young. I shall be found of a quick conceit in judgment, and shall be admired in the sight of great men. When I hold my tongue, they shall abide my leisure, and when I speak, they shall give good ear unto me. If I talk much, they shall lay their hands upon their mouth. Moreover, by the means of her, I shall obtain immortality.
See, by the means of her, by the means of wisdom, right, we shall obtain immortality. So in the times to come, right, when this is written in us, we're going to be immortal, man. Because if we follow the law, the only reason why we die and we fail is because the curses, man. Deuteronomy 16 on down, man. We didn't follow the law, statutes, commandments. So this is what it is. But being that we're going to be made new, and this is going to be in us, how can we fall then? Okay, so it makes sense. How can we fall then? And we ain't gonna be able to fall, right? It brings forth what? Immortality, man. So in the times to come, we're not gonna go off, man. Okay, go ahead.
I'll start top again. Verse 13. Moreover, by the means of her, I shall obtain immortality and leave behind me an everlasting memorial to them that come after me. I shall set the people in order, and the nations shall be subject unto me.
Yeah, we should set, and that's what happened. Right, but coming back, this is what we're going to do as well. Because Yahushua is coming back to what? Take many crowns, man. And his joint heirs with him will rule with him, man. Lord willing, we be those men. Okay? To have all the nations in subjection, which they need to be in subjection. And improve the scriptures, and improve that the Lord is dealing with a particular people, is that all these nations, they're in cahoots and they rule the earth, right? In a way. Okay, but yet they don't have any godly judgment set up. They don't honor the feast days. Here it is, we're in our lowest state as far as being men on this earth, not being recognized or anything, even as Israelites. But yeah, we keep the holy days in the scripture. We're out here talking and breaking down the Bible, man. Not the people with the power in this world. It's a big difference, man. Showing you that what? This world has nothing to do with the scriptures, man. And the people who rule the world has nothing to do with the Lord, man. Okay? So like the brother was saying, yeah, put the scriptures down, man. Because you don't know what you're doing, man. Okay? But you teach it and you preach it what? To get a following, whether it be for vainglory, or whether it be for money, whether it be for whatever, whether it be for it's to get people to go left, as far as whatever it is. We have an ill will purpose on why you do it, man. But here it is, we preach out of what? In sincerity, man. Right, trying to admit the elect to the marriage, man. Okay? And I say this too, it's not what you do on camera all the time, it's what you do off camera, man. You know? Like we just had the Day of Atonement that passed, and you know, you afflict your soul for your sins. And I was thinking, man, and I was sitting, I got done praying, and I was thinking like, man, we're different, man. Because that means we serve something, man. We went through that, and we look at the sins we were doing, and then we look at it like, nah, I ain't doing that shit no more. Because the first step of coming to the Lord is fearing him, man. We understand what the Lord will do. See, the world don't fear the Lord, right? And they're not going to fear the Lord until what? Until he make an example out of them. Can you give me a second answer? 9?
Continue on with Solomon, chapter 8, verse 15. It says, horrible tyrants shall be afraid when they do but hear of me. I shall be found good among the multitude and valiant in war. After I am come into mine house, I will repose myself with her, for her conversation hath no bitterness.
So the conversation of wisdom hath no bitterness, and the wisdom is likened unto a beautiful woman. Man, I mean, I think this brother, you had a dream about wisdom. I think like this brother had a dream. Yeah, fine too. You know what I mean? So, but when you peel it back, that's wisdom, man. You know, it'll comfort you, man. You know, to where you don't even need much. You know, as long as you got wisdom with you, you don't even need much, man. You know, you be in your car chilling and cut the music off, and you just be thinking about different things like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, but your thoughts will be different than the average person's, man. Showing you that, you know, okay, oh man, look, it ain't wise to do that. And then you'll see somebody do it and fall into a ditch, and be like, that's wisdom. That's the Lord, man. You know what I mean? Boy, the Lord got me away from that.
Water.
It says, and to live with her hath no sorrow, but mirth and joy. Now when I consider these things in my life, in myself, and pondered them in mine heart, how that to be allied unto wisdom is immortality.
Yeah, to be allied unto wisdom is immortality, man. And the majority of the world and the rulers of this world, they don't have the wisdom and the knowledge of the Most High. This is why the world is in shambles, man. This is why you see confusion everywhere. You know, ultimately they don't. You know, the Lord doesn't care about the heathen anyway, man. Okay, can we grab that real quick?
Alright, 2 Ezra 9, verse 9, it reads.
Started 6.
Alright, 2 Ezra 9, verse 6, it reads, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder, powerful works, and endings and effects, signs. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works.
Yeah, so you show your faith by what? By your work. You can't just, it's not a thing of lip service. Right? You gotta have works, and right, and works is teaching, preaching the word, doing your videos, being brotherly followers, the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability, right? Getting right with the Most High to the best of your ability. Keep going.
Fine. And by faith, whereby you
And it's
have
completely
believed.
different. And again, it's completely different from the world, man. Because your average Jake is not doing this, man. Your average Jake really don't want anything to do with it. But I don't even look at these niggas like I'm related to them, to be honest with you. You know, our conversation is different.
Because they have a heathen mind state. They're considered Gentiles, man, basically. Because if you're still on that mind state contrary to the Most High, then basically you are a Gentile, man. You know, and it's different called the Scripture said that, man. They were in a Gentile state of mind. As you were Gentiles, as you once were Gentiles. So those men that are not with this word, basically they are like Gentiles.
Well, the scriptures say that they walk with be not like as the Gentiles that walk in the vanity of their minds.
We were once Gentiles, you know, but we got opened up in this word. We got shown this truth and made our heritage. So that was Paul's mission, as a matter of fact. To go and teach the Israelite rulers what they call Gentiles, man. It doesn't mean that he need to go save the other nations like the Bible says. He's talking about specifically about those scattered among the nations, those scattered among the heathen, they dispersed. So that was into, man. But a lot of you Jake out there, you're still in that Gentile mind state. Whether you remain in it or not, it's up to the Heavenly Father.
That's right.
Fine. Where ye have believed, verse 8, shall be reserved for the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Then shall they be in a pitiful case, which now have abused my ways.
Which is the majority of the world. Right? You're going to be in a pitiful case which abuse the ways of the Lord, which abuse our people, right? Which abuse the ways of the Lord, man, and didn't want to get right. Okay, because I was saying too, like, same thing that happened in the days of Noah is happening now. I mean, it's the same spirits back because they're not listening now, just like they weren't listening back then. But Ecclesiastes will tell you there's nothing new under the sun, man. These people, right, who just created in vain, they're characters, man. Walking, right? It's not for everybody, man. Okay, because somebody has to be burned by the fire. Somebody got to go through the troubles of martial law. Somebody has to go through the famine, right? The Lord has to make an example, right? And that's what's going on, and we just hope that we be saved out of it, man. Okay, that's why make your calling and election sure. Go ahead.
Fine. And they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me.
Yeah, in your life you receive benefits, but you have not known the Lord nor tried to know the Lord.
If I may say, brother, you got a lot of people in the world that say they're blessed, they never give thanks to the Heavenly Father, man. You know, people live their whole life getting benefits, man, getting this, getting that, getting, different blessings, but they never acknowledge the Lord.
Because they think they do it on their own, by their own accord, man.
Their own merit.
Their own ambition got them
Yep.
this. Their own vision got them. Their own hard work got them that. Which is contrary to the scriptures, man. The scriptures say that the Lord make his poor, he make his rich. So these people, these chicks that are millionaires, the Lord made them millionaires. Part of it to life, part of it because they're not part of the event. So they're receiving the reward in this life.
Yeah.
This is First Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 17. Then answered the king's officers and said unto Mattathias, on this wise thou art a ruler.
You saw that jump down to 39.
First Maccabees 2 and 9. Her glorious vessels are carried away into captivity.
Her glorious vessels, right? It's talking about Israel. Right, we were carried away into captivity. Go ahead.
Her infants are slain in the streets. Her young men with the sword of the enemy.
Jump down to 17.
Verse 17, then answered the king's officers and said unto Mattathias, on this wise, thou art a ruler and an honorable and a great man in the city.
So the heathen, right? And they've always done this, man. Okay, and that's how you know they're the devil, because Satan tried to do it to Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, they always try to offer the goodies of this world so you can drop and follow them. Okay, go ahead.
And strengthened with sons and brethren. Now therefore come thou first and fulfill the king's commandment, like as all the heathen have done, yea, and all the men of Judah also, and such as remain in Jerusalem, so shalt thou and thine house be in the number of the king's friends, and thou and thy children shall be honored with silver and gold and many rewards.
See, they don't want you to see that. They'll rather give you the riches of this place, or to take your mind and take you away from the Lord, man. Okay, they'll give you because and what you got in your mind, you got to think like, well, if they're willing to give up the shit that people kill, still die for, how much more important is this, man? You know, and you got to think, why don't they want us to get this, man? Right? Because since we've been waking up, right, you see biblical prophecy coming to pass, man. Which us waking up, like the brother said earlier, is biblical prophecy, man. Okay? Keep going.
It says, verse 19, it says, Then Matthias answered and spake with a loud voice, though all the nations that are under the king's dominion obey him, and fall away every one from the religion of their fathers, and give consent to his commandment, yet will I and my sons and my brethren walk in the covenant of our fathers.
And this is the mentality that we have being in this truth, man. Okay? So though yet the 2/3 will follow you and bow down to you and serve your gods and do the monkey for the hunky and shit like that, not us. You know, not us, man. Because the Lord put the spirit on us, man, to teach and preach his word, man. And you can't do anything to break that unless the Lord wants you to. Okay? You can't do anything unless the Lord allows you to, man. And we understand that. But the power is not in your hands, the power is in the Lord's hands, man. And we ultimately understand that, so we don't fear men, we fear the Lord. Because with fearing the Lord, can you give me an easy shield and buckler to the upright? I think it's a song. With fearing the Lord, right? Just like a shield and buckler. With fearing the Lord, we get protection, man. So you can try to harm us all day and do whatever you try to, want to do or think you want to do, right? But like Yahweh shot to a pilot, I think it was probably said, you can't do anything but what my Father basically allowed you to do, man. Same thing that we're saying, y'all can't do shit except what the Lord allowed you guys to do. Okay, and because we understand the power of the Lord, man, but we also understand that the truth has to come out too. Okay, because what is prophecy? Okay, you got that? Go ahead.
Start from the top, Psalm 91. The top reads, He that dwells in a secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow.
See, a secret place is not giving it to everybody.
Right.
Okay, it's not open to everybody. Go ahead.
Shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
This would be like the secret place of the Lord, man. It's true. Okay? Because there's only certain men trying to follow the law, statutes, and commandments that the rest of them do. There's only certain men that's turning their ways around and not trying to do the things that they were doing in the world, man. It's only certain men that's out here breaking down the scriptures, right? That you niggas been going to church for 50, 60, 70 years and still ain't got one breakdown. Go ahead.
What was that? The brother put on the video where they went about asking people to put a Bible scripture for 50 books. I don't think they can do it. That just shows you basically the ignorance of Christianity. You go every Sunday, you put your money in the tithe basket, and you don't get nothing from it. All it is pat you on the back and tell you it's going to be all right. It really doesn't give you no deep understanding of Scripture because one thing they don't have it. Well, that's going to be right here upon the brothers who are made by the Lord to all down to preach His truth.
When I go to church, man, I said all they put as one precept, put as one precept. I don't think they had even had where it's from, and that was it. The whole sermon. And they do this talk about where it's from.
Yeah, they just start crying and shit. Then they start bringing up a story about how he went to go get ice cream and whatever the fuck.
About his dog was shit.
The dog died and the Lord this, that, the other. Man. So at the end of the day, it makes no sense, man.
Or just sing.
Just sing.
Just sing all that for 3 hours. Just sing.
Yeah, and I hate niggas like that, man. I can't stand like pastor niggas who do their voice and all that shit. I can't. They over exaggerate, in their voice, and I can't stand shit like that, man. I hate that.
And not only that, you got people just getting crunk in the crowd, like stop that shit.
Right,
You know what I mean? Stop that.
Like he's saying something, man. He's not saying anything, man. But if you really got the scriptures, a lot of you people would be heartbroken. A lot of you people, yeah, a lot of you people be heartbroken. A lot of you people have a lot of fucking questions, which you need to have some questions. You know? Go ahead on.
First Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 22 says, "We will not hearken to the king's words to go from our religion either on the right hand or the left." Now when he had
And Jake, you know, coming into this truth, man, now I noticed that too. Like, I don't know, the spirit been on me to watch a lot of like old war movies, like I don't know if brothers ever seen The King. I just finished that. It's a cold movie, man. But you know, they were men of war, man. You know, but they had honor and they fought for something. They want to fight lawlessly. Man. They had honor and they were fighting for things, and men had integrity back then. Okay, you think David's mighty men didn't have integrity, man? You think the Maccabees didn't have integrity? See, these are the things in the stories that we listen to and that we try to follow, being in His Word and being in His truth. Okay, because this is what makes you a man, man. Okay, yeah, we stand for something, man, and we're able to say it and break it down to you. And this is what we stand for. Okay, we stand for Yahweh, Yahweh Shah. We stand for the truth. We stand for the law, statutes, and commandments. We stand for righteousness, man. Okay, that's why we out here boldly in the face of our enemies, in the land of our captivity, teaching and preaching His word, man. Not only, you know, not just that, but the Spirit is on us to do it. That's how you know it's not of men, it's of the Lord. Okay, go ahead.
God. Verse 23 says, "Now when he had left speaking these words, there came one of the Jews in the sight of all to sacrifice on the altar which was at Modin, according to the king's commandments."
See, one of them niggas. You know what I'm saying? One of them 2/3 niggas, man. And this is why we don't get along with you niggas, man, because we're different. It's a difference. The conversation is different. The mindset is different, man. The vibe is different. Okay? It's different, man. We know how to conduct ourselves and be men. We know how to stand for something, man. We understand things as simple as a dietary law. We understand how to pray, man. We understand we face the east. We understand that we're not supposed to commit that wickedness, and we feel bad if we accidentally commit something, man. And you niggas don't. Right? So if we stay around you too long, we'll start clashing heads, man. Because we're different, you know, and we're supposed to be different.
God, man, and ultimately, you know, that's the correct spirit to be in, the spirit that Mattathias is in, right? Not consenting unto the religion of the heathens, as well as, you know, we have other accounts of this, such as Joshua, man, right? But the brothers are talking about how Proverbs, you know, Sirach, you know, Ecclesiastes, and so on and so forth, and those are books of basically moral code, man, tell you how to basically walk, man, right? And it's beautiful because in the first chapter of Proverbs, it says what? Verse 10, Proverbs 1 and 10. "My son, if sinners entice thee, consent not." You know, and we just seen an account of that, man, where one of our forefathers said, you know, basically, fuck the heathen, man, fuck the religion. You know, we're gonna stand with our power in His laws, man. You know?
Yeah. He said, fuck that shit, man. When we came down to the island, you gotta read that. What's that scripture? They're not gonna receive rewards for saying fuck that shit.
Yeah.
You know, because that's ultimately what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to make that decision where you say fuck no, and no matter what consequences falls upon you for doing that, you're gonna have to take it. Go ahead, bro.
Second Ezra 2 and 47. It says, "So he answered and said unto me." Okay, fine. This is Second Ezra 2, and outside at 46. It says, "Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowned them and giveth them palms in their hands?"
That's talking about the Yahweh Shah crowning the elect, man. Because the elect are going to be rewarded for their steadfastness. Okay?
I looked up that word palms too, if I'm not mistaken, and it's a sign of victory. You know, it says, "Then said I unto the angel," it says, "What young person is," let me start at 55. It says, "He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High, Yahweh. Now are they crowned and receive palms."
How did they put on the immortal? We're supposed to say that righteousness is immortal, right? So they put on righteousness. they put on following the law, statutes, and commandments. They put on the moral code that we were talking about. Go ahead.
Yep, I'm going to go to 46. It says, Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? 47 says, So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High whom they have confessed in the world.
And that's what we're doing right here. We're confessing the Son of the Most High, Yahweh Shai. What does the scripture say in the New Testament? The gospel says that he that confesses before men, I shall confess with my Father in heaven, but paraphrase. He is denied before men, him will I deny before my Father, man. So we're here confessing the name of Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
Yep, it says, Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly
They
for
were
the name of
admired, they were applauded for the actions that they took in being in accordance with Yahweh Shai and his will. We're doing the Lord's will right now, man. We're fulfilling prophecy. We're putting on the hope for elect. We're putting on as the elect, man. We're doing all these things in hope that we are the elect. Hope that we have mercy that day. Hope that we see the crown upon our head. Hope that hope that Yahweh Shai says unto us, Well done, thou good and faithful servant, man. That's what you should be. That should be your aspiration. Go ahead.
And it says, back to 47, it says, So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly.
So that's stiffly. And the brother brought up how when you're in this truth, you stand for something, man. And you gotta continue to stand for something. Like you mentioned before, Ken. Yahweh Shai said that you gotta bear your cross daily. So you gotta put on that man every day, man. You gotta be that person. You gotta walk the walk and talk the talk, man. That's what it's about. Go ahead.
Yep. It says, That stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Lord thy power thou hast seen.
Going back to 1 Maccabees chapter 2 and continuing in verse 24, it says, Which things when Mattathias saw, he was inflamed with zeal, and his reins trembled, neither could he forbear to show his anger according to judgment, wherefore he ran and slew him upon the altar.
See, he ran and slew him upon the water. Ran and slew him upon the altar. He was inflamed with zeal, man. Okay? He had the zeal of the Lord. Why? Because he had the righteous mindset, man. Right? He told the chief at that time, he was like, we will not follow you, man. We will not bow down. And if you look at it, really all the prophets said that. Like we spoke about Daniel, but Daniel didn't want to eat the king's meat, man. You know, he was like, nah. You know, and the way he did it was so cold. You know, he's like, nah, just give us the fruit in the field. We'll eat that. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna eat the meat. But yeah, they were, and then the dude was scared to just give them the fruit of the field because he would get slew if the king found out that that they wouldn't eat the meat as far as them being weak. But lo and behold, the Lord had made them stronger. You know, from eating that, from following. You know, the Lord they were shining more stronger than everybody that ate the king's meat, showing you the power of the Lord, man, showing you that the give me a you know, showing you the power of the Lord, man, showing you that hey, we need not to fear. Now, sometimes we do just, you know, sometimes you might fear or question because you're in the flesh, but ultimately, right, it comes back to what? You trusting in the Lord, man, because he's got that shit in the bucket to the right still. Grab that for me. I'll grab it. I got you.
It's Psalm 91, verse 4, and it reads, He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid.
His truth shall be thy shield and buckler, man. Okay? A protection, a form of protection, man. And you'll see it too, like, I don't know, I'm sure brothers got stories, you know, but you'll see like, oh, I just got delivered out of that. And that was none but the Lord, man. Ain't no way in the world I was supposed to get out of that, and I just got delivered out of that.
I remember that. I remember it years ago, right? It was years ago before I came into the truth, man. Where I was running down the street, and I saw this car come out of nowhere. There were a couple of dudes across the street also, right? And somehow, I missed that shit by like 2 inches. I jumped back, I didn't even know the car was coming like 2 inches. And the dude was like, hey, you should be dead right now. That car there, it was kind of pretty fast, bro. And they said, yeah, you should be dead right now. And yeah, the Lord let me out of that situation.
Go ahead and finish that.
Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day.
Yeah, which ultimately goes into the the news. You know, and Lord willing, we saved up out of that, man. You know, saved up out because that's to come, man. You're not running from it. The Lord is going to make you fully submit to Him because you ain't no way out of that. So if you survive martial law, you survive a famine, somehow you survive all that and make it to that last judgment. You can't survive that. Ain't no way in the world you escaping it, man. It says because when you go to Revelation 17 or 18, I believe it says for 1 hour her judgment is coming. There's none but smell, burning and the smell of smoke.
And also the chariots of the Lord, we get down those laser beams.
Yep, absolutely.
Those high beams, like it says in the scriptures, man, that's what get you to. So either way, you're going to get God, man. And those missiles, that's the Lord's vengeance too, because those missiles, ICBMs, that's the army of the Lord. And the Spirit of the Lord is going to be those missiles to get to certain destinations. And one of those destinations could be right in your face, man. The Lord can make a missile or ICBM warhead explode right in your house.
Yep, that's why. Yep, that's why 2 Ezra 16 it says they are sharp and should not miss when they begin to be shot from to the ends of the world. Okay, they're sharp, man. They're intelligent. They're not going to miss 200 million of them. And even if they was going to miss, they're going to hit something. There's too many of them for it not to be a destruction. You know?
This is the book of Romans, chapter 11 and 4. It says, but what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. You know, so it says, even so then, at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. So there's a remnant upon this earth, okay, according to the grace of the Most High, not by works. They are not going to bow the knee to Baal. They're not going to conform at all. See what I'm saying? Just like the brother's been speaking about. There's no way, shape, or form. I mean, they were, that's their mission, is to complete it.
This is Sirach chapter 2 and verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise?
Look at the generations of old, man. And see, just what prophet, man? You know? What prophet? What prophet was let down by the Lord ultimately? None, man. None. So why would the Lord, if we're teaching and preaching the right things and we believe on the Lord, right, why would he let us down? And sometimes you'll have to tell yourself that, when you get in the battle in this flesh, okay, because the flesh and the spirit, they're war. See, the average mind don't even know what the fuck that means, okay, because they're so indulged in the flesh that they think the flesh is the spirit. You know what I mean? Like they think it's just one of them. It's just I don't know why I feel like that. When you feel like that, right, because you're feeding the flesh too much, okay? You gotta separate the two and feed one of them more than the other. Go ahead. Yeah.
The scripture says, make no provisions for the flesh, for the lust thereof. So you gotta be careful what you imitate mentally and spiritually. You can't do too much on that bullshit, right? Although the bar said, brothers shouldn't be too much volume. So you gotta be austere and serious about it. So hey, to some people you're gonna be a boring dude. You're gonna be a boring guy. You're gonna say, oh, that dude's boring. No, you never want to have a boring role. It's not that we don't want to do wickedness. That's what it is. It's not that we're boring. Hey, we were amongst each other, man. But we have the time of our life.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we are having a time, and because we know we have eyes to see, man. You know what I mean? So we understand what to do. We understand what not to do. Be able to weigh the two. Be able to weigh it, man. Using wisdom. Well, if I go there, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. I ain't going to the mall for a couple of weeks. Nigga that got shot in the mall. I don't know. Right, but you got niggas who'll go to the mall the next hour. It's something simple as that. Hey, you get pulled over by the police, I'm not gonna argue with you. What do you need? License, registration? But you got niggas who'll argue. How much examples do they gotta make, man? So people are people where they don't understand something as simple as that.
2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 7. But the heavens and the earth, which are now, by the same word are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. Come on, verse 8, it says, But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day.
Yeah, because you got people that would say they don't understand the time that the Lord is on. They have a saying in the world that says the Lord he won't be on your time, but he'll be on time. You know? See, people want it right now, but they don't understand prophecy. Okay, go ahead.
God, verse 9, it says, The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness.
See, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, man. The scripture says he's not a man that he should lie. So everything that he said he's going to do, he's going to do. Okay? The destruction, salvation. Right? Us going into captivity, us being led out of captivity, us sitting in our captivity, teaching the preaching his word and finding the truth. Men coming from the east and the west, coming together with Yahushua being that chief cornerstone. Man. Judah and Israel going into captivity together. Judah and Israel teaching and preaching his word together. It says that we will understand his name. Did we not just say his name? Do we not pray to the name? Since we've been praying in the name, things has been happening.
And that's beautiful, bro. You know, the scripture said the Lord will not go void. And men, us, hey, to keep it 100%, like, a lot of times we say something, we go back on our word, bro. The Lord said it once, he's like, I said it once, I will say it again. Like, I'm not going to go back and retract my statements. No, the Lord, everything that the Bible is speaking about, it's faithful and true. You got people that want to bend, they want to rewrite, they want to revamp and retwist and remix everything. And the Lord is here for everybody and everything. The Bible never speaks about that. You got to read it carefully. That's the thing. Y'all must be just like speed reading or something. You know?
Or reading one thing. You know, reading the feel-good scriptures. No, you got to read both. Because what it says? It said when he got the rope, it was sweet in his mouth as honey, but bitter. When he started digesting it and understanding everything that he had to go through, everything to come, right? The captivity, because nobody in their right mind want to go through captivity, man. You know, but we understand why we did go through captivity. Okay, but it makes us way more appreciative now we in the truth, now that we can see it, and knowing that it's a light at the end of the tunnel, and knowing that the Lord is not going to leave us out there. Okay.
Continuing on verse 9, it says, But his long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance.
See, he's long suffering, man, and merciful, right? When it come to us, man. Okay, not concerning slackness, right? It says not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repent. So the Lord, he wants us to repent, man. But we understand that 2/3 of Israel is not going to repent. We understand that the judgment has to be for somebody. Okay, and the repentance is only for Israel. Give me Isaiah 14:1. Go ahead.
Verse 10, it says, But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
See, the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, man. To the mass majority of people, because the mass majority of people are now looking forward with the Lord's return. And if they are looking for the Lord's return, they don't understand it because they think he's returning like, you know, with some peace. And that's not the case. He had peace to his men, but for the mass majority of the world, it's death and destruction.
That's why he said, "Who will see inside the day of the Lord?" What's the good prophecies from that? Because people out there who think that it's going to be a rapture, and people are going to leave their vehicles, and all those that confess the name of the Lord, I confess Jesus Christ, and I preach the Savior. That's what they teach you, man. But what the brother brings it into, that the day of the Lord is going to be something completely different than what you think it is. It's going to be judgment. It's going to be death. It's going to be destruction. It's going to be the taking of many crowns, man. When Yahushua is going to come and take crowns, he's going to get all rulership into himself. He's got all other rulership. Esau's not going to be able to rule no more. His empire is going to be at the end. So that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for that redemption, that salvation, that deliverance from this captivity.
Yeah, he's a conqueror, emperor. You know, that's a man. That's a man that's not to be played with. You know, and if you read the fashion of how he's coming back, you understood it, you will understand that what it means when he says, "I will not meet you as a man," because mortal men can't do the things that he's coming back to do, man. Even we have to be changed in order to do some of the things he's going to do, man. Right? Okay.
So the topic is 2 Peter 3:10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up.
That fervent heat and that burnt up is the second death, which is by way of fire, which we're talking about, which is the thermonuclear missiles, man. Which we say it every week, right? But we're gonna say it next week, Lord willing, and the week after that, and the week after that, until it comes. Okay, and you see it, and I would say this too. I said this in one of my videos. The apostles of Great Millstone has been talking about Russia, thermonuclear war, Russia and America feuding. They were saying that 30 years ago, man, 30 plus years ago. Now you see it today, right? And there's nothing you can say that they lied about, man. Okay, there's nothing that they brought out in the scriptures you can say that they lied about. But showing you, yeah, I mean, to the peon-minded people, it took 30 years, okay? But it came. It happened, man. So if they said, if the scripture said that was going to happen, and we were able to break it down, now we're saying that they're actually going to shoot them on America. You don't think that's going to happen? What about the MOTB? Okay, what about that? What about martial law? Okay, what about when it says the enemy shall come in like a flood, man? What about Jacob's trouble? Jeremiah, what is that, 40 and 7? Right? What about when all these things come to pass that they've been talking about, now we're talking about, that's coming, man? Okay? The scriptures don't miss, nor do they lie.
Luke 1 and 70. As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began.
Yeah, since the world began. See, it says, what's more powerful than this book that can declare what happened in the past, what's currently happening, and what's going to happen, man? That's why the understanding of this book is it's a jewel that you have to fight for, and when you get right, it's worth more than anything. That's why I started off with wisdom.
Well, I was going to say real quick, the scriptures say that it's like a pearl of great price that a man sold everything he had just to buy that pearl. That's what the knowledge of the Most High is likened it to, man. You get everything. You'll give everything up, bro, for the knowledge of Yahweh Bashem.
According to what I said about the supernatural essence of this book, we call the Holy Bible. This is Isaiah 34:16. Seek out the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. That's a prophecy. Not one shall fail. He's going to point out that everything that the elders of Great Millstone prophesied 30 years ago is coming to pass as we see it, man, right before our eyes. It says, seek out the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall wander away. For my mouth is commanded and the spirit is gathered them. Because you're not going to get no prophecies out of the book of Mormon. You're not going to get no prophecies out of the Quran. You're not going to get no prophecies out of whatever books that these other religions have, man. What you're going to get prophecy is out of the Bible, the Holy Bible, which includes the Apocrypha. You're going to get prophecies and they're coming to pass. You're going to see them come to pass right before your eyes. We will see it, man. The MOTB is already here. There's already somewhere around America. There's already boxes of RFID shit ready to be implemented in the people. Somewhere in this nation, there's guillotines ready to go, ready to behead individuals, man. There's steamer camps being set up. All these things are coming into play right now. There's martial law armies training right now for insurrection of the people. There's famines being planned right now. All these things are coming to pass. All these things are happening as we speak. So it's just a matter of it's not a when, it's not an if, it's a when. So that's the mindset that we're in. We know these things are going to happen. That's why the scripture says a wise man foresees the people, right? So you got to be wise and foresee these things and prepare yourself in the spirit.
And how I knew I was changing in this truth, man. I was telling this story last night. I used to deal with it. Well, how you know you change when you get in this truth? I used to deal with an Ishmaelite woman, right? And her parents for her dad. Her mom, you know, but her dad was really like, he didn't like me at all, to where the point where like they kicked her out the house for dealing with me, right? And I had to move her in and shit like that, right? And like I went to her house one time to pick up, I think, some furniture or something that she had bought for the new house, and he wouldn't come out the room to greet me or nothing, you know. And I was like, in the back of my head, I'm like, well, yeah, I have this. I don't want to greet him either. Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a heathen. Your daddy's a heathen. You know what I mean? You a heathen. She, in my mind, I'm like, you my conky, man. I don't give a. You know what I'm saying? I ain't so. And then I come to find out he was dealing with an Issacharite woman on the side, man. Right? And I'm like, well, that and it pissed me off. I was like, damn near start punching the air because I'm like, well, here it is. He dealing with our women. Right? Yeah. He dealing with our women, but we can't deal with your women. So that made me like damn near go after. It's because you when you come into the truth, you had it. You understand separation, man. You understand what it is. You understand ain't no mingling with that shit, man. Right? Like I was saying earlier, you understand it, man, and it gives you a sense of integrity about this thing, man. Okay? More than a nigga in the world, man, because the nigga in the world won't see no issues with, again, their loved ones going out and dating these heathen. But I see an issue with that shit. That shit not cool. Because women, like Apostle Gabar, I was watching this video, he was like, or it was Tasadaki. He was like, see, women, they produce another man's lineage.
Exactly.
Okay, so if you go lay with a heathen, right, yeah, you may be an Israelite woman, but if your husband or your man or whatever you want to call it is a heathen, then your children has nothing to do with your lineage, man. And little do you know, they spirit don't even fuck with your spirit, man. Okay, that's why when you go and we go war, right? But we go war, we kill all the men, right? And you keep the women when you go war.
Because that preserves the bloodline.
Right. And you bring forth your lineage out of that woman, because women carries another man's lineage, man. So it don't matter what women we deal with, because we're Israelites, man. Which means our seed be that of an Israelite, right? But daughters can't go mess or sisters in the perfect world can't go mess with these fucking heathens, man.
Perfect example of that was Joseph. Their mother was an Egyptian, but it didn't matter that the mother was
Right.
It
was a Ephraim man.
Joseph married an Egyptian.
Right.
So like that's a perfect example. It doesn't matter what lineage that we get from, because our children are going to be Israelites. They didn't say, well, Ephraim, or he got his mother has Egyptian, so we got to put him in Israelite. They didn't say that.
I think King David's mother was a Moabite.
Or his grandmother.
Something like that.
Yeah. She had
You see that our lineage is determined by the parentage of our father.
Pedigree of like, look to the such a like father. You know?
And when you start thinking like that and you start applying this, it puts you on a different level as far as, you know, your brethren, you know what I mean? And how powerful it is to be brotherly in this truth and understand this is a family, man. It's not a thing of the world. This is your brother, your actual brother, man. You know what I mean? Because this is of the same thing. But that shows you that the Lord is in control of this, man. Because we come from all different walks of life, man. And some men met each other a year ago. Some men met each other a couple of years ago, man. But
I
yet,
wish I said, who's my brother? With my mother.
yeah, exactly, man. And we had that mentality, man. So it was just like, ain't nothing stronger than that, man. Nothing. Like the brother was mentioning earlier. It's more or less.
God,
And it was
2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 11, it says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
Yeah, seeing that all these things, seeing that it's going to come to pass, what manner of person should we be? Okay, go ahead.
God, it says, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of our power, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
13.
Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for a new heaven and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Wherein dwelleth righteousness. We look for a new heaven and a new earth, where has righteousness, which is going to be the kingdom, man. And the kingdom is for who? Israel. And proving that, let's go to Isaiah 14.
Alright, Isaiah 14, start from the top and reads, the Most High will have mercy on Jacob and will choose and will yet choose Israel.
And we yet choose Israel, man. Israelites. The Lord is dealing with Israelites. He's not dealing with everybody, man. Okay? Give me Deuteronomy 28:1. Go ahead.
And will set them in their own land.
And will set them in their own land. Right now, we're not in a land, man. Scriptures tell you what, a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. A bastard is dwelling over there right now. When you go to Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, it tells you that it should be no more war, no more once we're in the land. It's war over there every other fucking week, man.
Scripture say that, if I may say it, that the land shall be trodden to the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. It's going to be stepped on, walked on, defiled until Yahweh Hashem Yahshai sets it all right.
You got that Deuteronomy 28?
Yep, Con. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. It says, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments.
And who is Moses talking to right now? He's talking to Israelites, man. He ain't talking to heathen. The so-called white man, the so-called Asian man, the so-called Hawaiian man, whatever. Japanese man, whatever. Ishmaelites, Elam.
So like, brother, it's good you said Hawaiian because you got some people teaching that the Hawaiians are they're from the tribe of what do you call it? I want to say Naphtali, yeah.
Well, there is Israelites among the Hawaiians,
Right.
but Hawaiians themselves are not Israelites.
Right, because the Lord said He's gonna gather the Israelites even from the islands.
Yeah, just to prove the brother's point, man, that Moses speaks to the Israelites. Right, Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 1. Now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you, for to do them that ye may live and go in and possess the lands which the Lord Yahweh, your power of your fathers, giveth you.
And we were mighty men back then. Like Joshua, like brothers mentioned Joshua earlier, when they went and go scoped out Israel, man, they were doing all kind of things, man. You know what I mean? You had to be mighty to do the things that they were doing, sending messengers and going and taking the city and all that, man. You know, we were a different type of. See, today's niggas don't compare to the Israelites back then, man. You know, at all, right? Because you have an heathen mindset, man. You've been in this shit too long, man. To where like, if we tell you who you really are, you're arguing. So it's no point, man. We'll tell you, and if you can't get it, you can get moved. You know.
Going back to Deuteronomy 28 and finishing off verse 1, it says, to observe and to do all his commandments which I have commanded thee this day, that the Lord Yahweh thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Yeah, well, the Lord will set us above above all the nations upon the earth. So instead of us being the one that's borrowing, we'll be the they'll be borrowing from us. Instead of us paying tribute and taxes to them, they be paying it to us, man, just like it says in Isaiah 6. Okay, go ahead.
Isaiah?
Yep.
I'll start from the top again. Isaiah 14, top is for the Most High will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. Say, will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to the place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Most High for servants and for handmaids.
So that goes to tell you what, that's talking about slavery for the other nations, contrary to popular belief, contrary to your feelings, man. Because they were only, right, it says we'll be above, that's why I got Deuteronomy 28, it says we'll be above every nation. Well, we're above every nation, I mean they gotta serve us. Okay, go ahead.
And they shall take them captives, who captives they were.
Yeah, we should take them captives who captives they were. See, we were their captives. We were in bondage over here in their lands. We served in their lands, man. We built up their lands, man. We helped them get riches and generational wealth and shit like that off the backs of our ancestors, man. Okay, to where now you see these everyday Edomites, right? Well, they living it up now, man. Off the backs of our forefathers, man. And it'll make a man mad to see that, but the scriptures say, you know, be mad but sin not, man. Be angry but sin not. And it says the weapons of our warfare is not carnal, so we understand that you can have it right now, man, because it's coming to naught anyway. Right? It's falling anyway, it's gonna be burnt up anyway. But And the kingdom was going to be ours, including our women, including our houses, including everything, man. Cattle, kids, whatever. Our actual money, right? It's going to be ours, man, because now, 9 times out of 10, you getting some used goods, man. You know, used goods, man. You know, and depending on how bad it is, it's used goods, man. You know? But you gotta mend with it. You know what I mean? You gotta bob and weave with it, go with it, man, because we understand something better is to come. Okay, go ahead. That's why we get happy when we see prophets like, okay, we almost out this shit. Like, damn, we almost done, man. Fuck. It's like conditioning, man. You just looking like, damn, how long we gotta do this shit?
That was righteous. And the prophets always inquire with the Most High, how long? How long, O Lord, shall these heathen who have been reputed as nothing be lords over us?
But captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
So we're gonna rule over our oppressors, man. See, your pastor don't read that, man, because then you will have to go and see who the oppressors are, right? And then when you say, well, Esau was the oppressor, Ishmael was the oppressor, Elam and Moab and all, and then you have to, okay, well, who are those people today? Then you got to cross-examine and shit like that.
Done away with, huh?
Yeah, right. You know, then you have to cross-examine, and then that's when the proving has to come. See, up here, we'll prove it to you. That's the difference. Okay, but you're not going to see a crowd here. We don't want a crowd here. It's okay. Because it's only 144,000 men that's going to be saved anyway. Compared to the 7 billion or 8 billion that's in the world, or whatever fucking billion it is, which are preserved unto judgment, man. Go ahead.
And to come to pass, in the day of the Most High shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from thy hard bondage, wherein thou was made to serve.
Say we was made to serve, man. Okay, why? Ultimately, because Deuteronomy 28:15 on down. The curses, man. Go ahead.
Thou shalt take up this power against the king of Babylon, and say, How hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased.
Yeah, keep going.
The Most High have broken the statute of the wicked, and a scepter of the rulers,
Keep going.
who have smote the people in wrath with continual stroke. He that hath ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing.
Yeah, so when America is destroyed, right, and the kingdom is issued, man, the whole earth will be at rest and be at peace. Okay? Yeah, you motherfuckers be in subjection, right? Yeah, but as far as the whole earth, everything is going to be in its right state. Okay?
Exactly, supposed to create your brother the same, brother. Honestly, man, we never left biblical times, bro. People think like, oh, it's 2022, almost 2023. Yeah, you know, it's a new era, it's modern, we're living up here. It's a new, basically, bro. But it's that new, bro. It's that new, man.
It's modernized, bro.
But truly, man, this is all subject that happened. This is all preordained by the Most High. This is because we're still in biblical times, man. People forget that we're still living in biblical prophecy. We're living it out right now. Babylon, Babylon the Great, all this shit, man. Where we are here, you know where we're standing are, bro. Prophesying the truth. Hey, we're still living in prophecy, bro. We never left there. We never left all biblical times back then, 2,000 years ago. Now is that we do whatever we want. We stay by the faith of Jesus Christ. No, bro. We're living. We're like, hey, we're living. It's the most dangerous time. Honestly, we're living at the end. We're living at the end of all this.
Right? What scripture says perilous times shall come.
Exactly.
Dangerous times, and we are prophecy. You know, us knowing this word is prophecy. This 12 tribe side, that's prophecy. That's Ezekiel 37 chapter, that's prophecy. So we are in those biblical times. The only thing that's different is that knowledge has increased. Meaning that there's more technology, there's more advanced things than there were. We have more understanding of the scriptures, but nevertheless we are still in biblical times. And the fact that knowledge has increased, that's a prophecy in itself. So that goes back to biblical times. So we are in we are the acts of the prophets. We're living in acts. So these are acts that we're doing, just like Paul and then Robert teaching and getting persecuted. We're doing the same thing.
No, I was just going to add to what you're saying. Basically, what you're seeing up here is what the disciples were doing in the times of Yahweh Shai, and even before that, since the beginning of the world, man. The same thing. So that's why we always say, when we say the prophets are back, that's what we're saying. Because how the prophets would be looking, all right, in the downtown areas preaching the word, that's what we're doing, man. That's what y'all people can't see. Like, you guys can't fathom the Lord's work being done right before your eyes.
Yeah. Luke 17 and 22, you say? 26? It says, yeah. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man.
Hey, your house is coming back, bro. And doing the same exact thing with Noah on this thing, bro. No.
Yep. 27. It says, they did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
And what we're doing, like basically when that whole COVID, that whole pandemic thing happened, right? They were excited to go back to this shit, man. Like, man, I'm gonna go out and go out of this COVID thing up. I'm gonna go to gym, I'm gonna go party, I'm gonna go bullshit and that, man. They were excited to go back to this life. And it honestly shows that, hey, we're still in those times. They've never left the biblical prophecy, man. They're at the very end, the very, very end. In the last minute, last seconds, man. Let's look at the doomsday clock. What time it is? What's the clock? I'll look it up real quick. But like, it's like
15 minutes.
yeah, that's the last 15 minutes. The last 15 minutes, you're not trying to get right. You think that you're just thinking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do whatever I want. No, bro. This is the perfect time to get right before all hell breaks loose. Before Jacob troubles come. Before this marker comes full effect. Because right now, hey, the time of repentance. Before it's locked up, hey, we're not gonna be out here always now. We're not always out here preaching on how the Bible to be the family of the workman, bro. You're not equipped.
It says, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all.
We destroy them all. No one listens, bro. Yeah, but what's happening today is storm nuclear missiles is just gonna wipe all your motherfuckers out, man. Because hey, this truth's on the internet. It's out there for free. You go to a local library, you can go look at home, and you see this truth. This truth is out there. You can't say, well, it was. A lot of people use YouTube, man. Hell of people use YouTube, and that's what mostly on. YouTube, we're out here in the highways and byways, reading this word. So there's no excuse for people saying, oh, I never got it or I never heard it, man. You have all your resources right here, and you're right in your hand, bro. All the resources that you need is right here in your palm of your hand. And that's crazy shit. The everything you get, all the knowledge, all the side, in fact, all the knowledge, bro. Even the world. So how to do this, how to do that. You be a doctor. All that shit.
You can learn to operate on yourself.
You get a degree on life.
You can get a degree on life.
Yeah, you can.
And they call it YouTube University. Basically, you can learn anything online. You can learn how to fix a car or whatever.
And most importantly, this troop is on YouTube, man. This troop, the apostles, man, they're on YouTube. And yet, what y'all do? You wanna watch these TikToks all day. You wanna watch 7-second entertainment. The next one. That really,
That feeds into your short attention span. They want you to have a short attention span because they don't want you to remember anything. That's why it's set up like that. They're gonna tell you some bad news, but then they'll put some other bullshit funny afterwards so you can forget what you just saw.
Right. You'll notice that if there's some calamity or something going on, then all of a sudden the next thing you know on the news is a segment of some animals.
Yeah, cat got stuck in a tree or something.
Right. Yeah. Or we're here at the zoo and this, that, and the other. You're like, what the fuck what's up with that shit? You know?
now we're here today, like little Miss Miller's, second-year-old cat.
Yeah, right after
on 7th Street.
right after some calamity and shit, bro. They always do that shit.
You look, there's like, I mean, just real quick, because hey, there's power is going all over the world, man. Gotta get this real quick. It's some Time magazine says Pakistan's capital rock. Got that motherfucker.
Oh, Wikipedia?
No, it's Time magazine.
Hey, well, check this out, bro. Wikipedia, too, man. Sometimes you click on it, they'll ask you to send a donation, bro. And on the Blue Letter Bible, too, they've been known to ask you to send a donation or they're going to cut it off. They don't, you know, because they got to pay out of pocket to keep those services on, right? So, hey, man, get it while it's hot because, hey, when the internet goes down, hey, you're going to wish you had heard the word, man.
That's part of their agenda to turn off their enemies, man. because that mass communication needs to be shut off in order for them to fulfill their evil orders.
Right?
They're
Divide and
gonna-
conquer.
Yeah, they're going to cut off that internet. You know, they got a kill switch for the internet. You know, other countries have it. You know, I'm pretty sure America has it too.
Iran just cut theirs off.
There is a kill switch for the internet because that's all the majority of the information.
So if China can monitor all of China's internet, and there's like 1.7 billion people there, why can't the U.S. do that?
Well, they do. They do monitor. They do monitor. That's why your search history is saying that's why the cops, when they find basically somebody, they look into the search history. Whether you delete it or not, it's still fucking there, man.
Another thing too, I was watching this. They were saying that your TikToks, because TikTok was made in China, right? They said the algorithm, they're controlling the algorithm. That's why they have all this folly come up on people's algorithms. Why? Because they want you to be into that folly. But go to China and go look at their algorithms, man. Their TikTok, their internets are just about how to market skills, you know, how to be a better citizen, a soldier, all that. They're not teaching their people just wickedness and folly like here in America. Here you scroll all day on TikTok, a bunch of bullshit, bro.
Most times they can't remember what you look at. They're like, what do you look? What do I watch TikTok? Like, I don't know, some dumb shit. He's like, look, even the shit you're looking at, you're not even remembering. You're just doing it just for vanity. They just don't pass time.
Then what happens? You wake up and you wasted 3 hours of your fucking life looking at that shit, man.
Yeah, but yeah, about the article now. Pakistan's capital rocked by unrest as ousted Prime Minister, I don't know how to pronounce it, something, you know, Ram Khan files to finally rally supporters. Because hey, Pakistan's all in unrest right now. And yet most people they don't know that. Most people they don't know we're in a drought right now. Now look, I looked this up and it's blowing my mind. You know the whole chicken, that Popeye chicken shit, right?
Yeah.
That was basically created because the beef price is going up. So in order to make people eat less beef, they're putting out more chicken. So hey, there's basically all this shit's happening right in front of your face, and yet people don't want to look. People don't want to see it, man. They want to see what's on TikTok today. They want to scroll, waste 3 hours. Do the same thing the next day. Do the next day. The next day. Realize they want to waste their fucking life.
By the way,
on bullshit,
you know, in
man.
the
Shit doesn't even help them at the end of the day.
Because you don't gain no knowledge from them, really. You don't walk away with any insights about anything. You know, unless you're watching the apostles or brothers, you know, doing sit-downs, you're not really gaining nothing from that, man. You're basically worse off than when you started. You're more dumbed down than what you were.
So yeah, these motherfuckers are. I think fucking stupid. Met a bitch, bro. She didn't know that Pink was the president and shit. Like what the fuck? Like I was stupid. Yeah, these guys 2 hours this game is getting dumber and dumber every single moment. You want that real quick?
Yep, this is back in 27. It says they did eat, they drink, they married wives. They were given in marriage to the day that no entered into the ark. The flood came and destroyed them all. 28. It says likewise also as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, the rain of fire, brimstone from heaven, and destroyed them all.
And what makes you think this place will be any different, man? If you look, these people know that America's wicked. They know that, man. You know what I'm saying? They ask, like, hey, you think America's full of sin? They're like, yeah, it is. But yet they keep doing it, they keep pushing it. What makes this place any different from when Sodom and Gomorrah and when Noah's on the scene, bro? It ain't. In fact, it's worse. Today's now, it's worse, man. People are living as a godless people. People don't even believe in Noah's side anymore. Not even Christianity. I worked the other day, right? And there was like, like, oh, you're important, like, why fear God? Like, why you fear God? Like, you're like mocking, like.
Should have said yeah. I said that too one time. If I said I gotta go home and serve my God, and people were like, "What God is that?" Like, sometimes you gotta throw people for a loop.
Like, you think they don't, like, even their own Christianity, they don't even believe in them. They just do fuck all and shit, man. Like, before he was, not today, oh, it's deep, say, say magical words, you say forever, forever. Like, no, this ain't the truth, man. That's how the most high way works.
No.
Here, brother, real quick, you get,
It said, I'm gonna start back at 29. It says, but the same day that Lot went out of Sodom and Gomorrah, Sodom, and rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all, even thus shall it be in the day when Sodom, so like 30 says, even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed.
Even then, when the Son of Man, the day the Son of Man shall be revealed, and that's coming soon. You know, last minute, last second, last milliseconds here.
You're talking about how basically we're living in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the scripture described America as spiritual Sodom. And just like Sodom and Gomorrah were destroyed and there was mass death, in Sodom and Gomorrah it's going to be mass death in this Sodom and Gomorrah. This is Revelation 11 and 8. It says that the dead body shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom in Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. So this is spiritually Sodom. This is Babylon, this is Sodom, this is Rome, this is all those things rolled into one. So this is as Sodom, and the proof of that is the rise of the moles. The rise of the moles, man. That's everywhere now. That's up here. Before it was down low, what they call it in the closet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But now it's out in the open, and everybody's doing it, man. Everybody's doing it. I'm pretty sure you know a family member that's a mole.
Like 4 or 5 moles on workplace. Huh?
And even in high school, they got little girls holding hands and dudes holding hands and shit. And that's acceptable, you know. The military is before the military to be a mole was something that you kept to yourself. Now it's encouraging the military. You know, they got little rainbow stickers on the cars, and all these people out here too. You know, there were rainbow things, and they have a gay pride month, man.
Yeah, and those things are deep, bro. Those things are deep. And you know, I'm gonna say this: there's people that go to those who have dabbled in that lifestyle. They might not be full into it, but they dabble in support. You don't know how many people support that shit, man. And then you got people who haven't dabbled in the lifestyle that just think that these people need rights, bro. They're gonna get judged, bro.
Yeah, bro. Hey, we hate wickedness. All that shit's wickedness, man. And after that, all that other true stuff also demasculize Jake. Okay, look, when Jake does that shit, bro, man, it's like, what the fuck, bro?
He's flaming, man. He's what you call flaming. He go extra with it, man.
Because it's a deeper spirit on these people than the fact that they want to beat another boy back up. It's a deeper spirit on that, man. It's a deeper, you know, that's keeping them in that mindset, man. Okay, which is the reason why you're gonna. Because scripture say what should have looked. Sodom and Gomorrah was supposed to be as an example on how not to live, man. Okay, but guess what? Right, you didn't use. I got you, but you didn't use that you didn't use that example. You follow after that example. So the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. Why wouldn't He destroy for homosexuality? Why wouldn't He destroy America that has homosexuality in it, man? Okay, that plays a part, you know, a big part in homosexuality, which spreads this poison throughout the earth, man. Okay?
Yeah, the precept, this is Isaiah chapter 3, verse 9, and it says, the shew of their countenance doth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom, they hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves.
If I may say, bro, all you gotta do is look at a mo, and it's on them, bro.
Yeah, you can see it.
That's why dudes, after a while, when they participate in that mo activity, what do? They start acting like females, bro. That's that countenance witnessing against them. And there's gonna be reward for that, bro. Because the Lord made what? He made Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve.
Man and woman created Eve then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Then you got not only that, you got all these you know, different genders. Bro. How many genders you got nowadays, bro? There's like 80 or some shit like this. That's crazy, bro. Like,
Remember that dude, what's that dude, Lil Nas?
yeah.
Remember years ago, he's like, yeah, going to dinner. It's like, now it's like, yeah, now it's spectrum.
Spectrum, yeah. See, you got a lot of people that they can't speak against it, man, because then you'll get your rights. You know, you'll get bullied and shit. You'll get silenced and whatnot. But I'm gonna say this too. You also got you got that pedo shit going on, man. They're trying to put a P on the end of the alphabet gang, bro. So hey, that's total wickedness, man. You know?
I was gonna say that
like those
safe
weird
always
things that they
said
never
free
saw.
diggity.
Right.
You
Made
just
to us.
found out that this rapper, what is his name, man? Bobby Shmurda just came out that he was found laying with another man. You know what I mean? He was talking about it, bro. He did videos on that, man. You know, he's openly doing that, openly talking about it, man. And then again, you know, you witness his countenance, man, when he's on stage and all the movement he's doing, man. That's Mo type shit, man.
Right. That's funny because that dude, at first he was what? He was a hardcore gangster rapper, right? And now look at him, bro. He's hella fruity. He's just jumping around like what's up with that dude, bro? Why? Because the countenance is witness against him, bro. That spirit, that sodomite spirit just jumped on him, bro.
Now let's get that real quick. Again, why I got scripture, man. Look at that.
Peter's getting something.
No, it's more than emotion.
I got one.
Not what?
This is in the book of Peter's.
Listen, bro, we're all against that shit.
This is 2 Peter, real quick, if I may. And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an ensample unto those that after should live ungodly.
Yeah, bro, beautiful, man. It's like, what they're doing, bro, they're living that's an ungodly way to live. It doesn't produce anything, man. Like, what is it, like, put two moles on an island, right? What's it produce? Jack shit. But it's either man or man or female ain't gonna produce shit, bro. Doesn't happen. It'll just cease and die out, man. But it's male and female. It's male and female. They made most I made holes to connect, man. Like, come on, man. That's like that's like trying to put like two puzzle pieces together. Don't stick, bro.
Hey, you know what, if I may say, man, hey, don't you think the Most High knew what he was doing? You could get the most pleasure out of a woman, man. What the hell's wrong with y'all?
That's why the Lord made his human appealing to us, man. He knew the courage and he knew that was appealing to the Israelite man. So hey, that's all purposely designed, man. The Most High made the woman to appeal to you, to have these emotions and feelings, and you know, I need this from that.
Basically, man. And most I took his time. Like all the curves and shit. And like, god damn. Like, most like see him like you like kind of stop what you're doing. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, well, the Israelite woman was like that, you know, because there's many accounts where they just saw her, and they wanted her, man.
Susanna?
Yeah.
Susanna was one.
I think it was Abraham's wife. Yeah.
In them lands that they was going to, they always tried to take them.
Yeah. I think the king saw her, they wanted her, man. They said, hey, man, for like try to save her, my sister. But then they took her, and then the Lord put it on them like, not to deal with her because that was his wife.
Hey, the scriptures tell you that the Lord said instead of a girdle, thou shalt have a ring. You know what I'm saying? So, what is a girdle? A girdle is a thing that women wear to tighten up their waist, right? Meaning, basically, that they had small waist. They had figures, bro. It wasn't like now where women got fupa because of childbirth and whatnot. Like, bro, women had child back then, and they were intact. Like, it's just nowadays. You know what I'm saying? The Lord has changed it, man. But women were fine back then, bro.
They had the coke bottle shape, like you said.
That,
And now they got a jug shape.
exactly. Nowadays, yeah, you know. That's right. Broadcast,
This is Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 13.
Yeah, look, this is the word of the Most High, man. It's what because it doesn't work, bro. All that most shit, and it's unnatural, man. It's unnatural to be like that, bro. Why would you, bro? Yeah.
Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 13. It says, if a man also lie with mankind, as he lied.
What? This is fairly scriptures, man.
Right.
It's fairly scriptures. A man loves to lie with mankind. What up?
As he lies with a woman, but of them have committed an abomination.
No, so it's like that was to go for your goddamn legs too, bro. For your lesbians and shit, man. That was to go for you too. What up?
It says both of them have committed an abomination.
Both of them. Both like committed abomination. What? That was abomination. That's what's a life abomination, man. What up?
It says they shall surely be put to death.
It's God put you to death. Doing that shit should put you to death, man.
Well, yeah, back then that was instant. That was instant death, man. When you were found to be adultery, you were found to be a mole, you were found to do any type of wickedness that didn't agree with the Lord. That was instant death. You were found to be rebellious to your parents. That was instant death, man. But that death is still going to fall upon them. But it's going to be in the form of nuclear missiles, ICBMs, those things like that, man. The chariots of the Lord. It's going to be a judgment directly from the Most High Himself.
And that's why Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. It was an example for y'all, man. That was an example not to live that type of lifestyle. And I'm gonna say this too. My brothers have brought it out before. Like there was a lot more going on in that motion. There was a lot of violence. There was a lot of robbery and dealings. It was just like a ghetto times 1 million. It was just there were 5 cities that you didn't want to go to there, or you had hurry to get through there, or you would have come out alive. It was just total wickedness, man.
You see how backwards people are, man? They said most of the time, Sodom and Gomorrah is an example. And yet, what they do, they do the exact same works.
Well, the scriptures tell you, man, that as a leader is some of the people, man. And see, in America, man, a lot of these presidents and a lot of these monarchy and all these people, man, they be with little children and shit. So hey, man, that gotta be worse than that motion, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, they be messing with like babies, you know what I'm saying, drinking blood and sacrificing babies, bro. Like, come on, man, that shit is like some other. You want some other like homicidal maniac, bugged out type, like, man.
It's like that. Is what funny about that though? Remember, I saw they admit that basically now, bro. They admit they do all that. Maybe they do all the black sacrifice shit. Yeah. And remember, I saw that like episode of South Park, and basically they're basically saying, hey, we do this, and no one gives a shit.
Hey, SNL. Saturday Night Live, bro. They make skits on it, bro. The what was that dude? He came out as a pedophile. Was it The Rock? The Rock did. I think The Rock did a skit on that, bro.
He did a robot there, a pedophile robot.
Yeah. Hey, you think that shit is you think that shit is like just comedy? That's not just comedy, bro. That's what these people do in Hollywood, bro. Like, you got a lot of cats. Hey, Corey Feldman and Corey Haim. Them dudes came out. Well, one of them died. Corey Haim died. Corey Feldman, I believe, he came out and was saying basically, we blew the lid up off that whole thing. That shit's rampant in Hollywood, bro. Like these movie stars, bro.
And nobody cares.
Yeah.
They just write them off as crazy.
Yep.
So they could say like, yeah, we do this and we'll make fun and try to say it, put it right in your face, and like all you do is laugh at it, like, oh, that was funny. Right now, next one. Because honestly, what they're doing, honestly too, is when shit gets worse and worse, and they're on program, you'd be used to that shit, man.
Right. They call it dark humor, bro. They call it dark humor. You know, where the nasty jokes and shit, and that involves that type of shit too.
Yeah, they try to play it off like it's a joke when they talk about eating babies.
Yeah.
And one thing, who was it? I think one of the dudes on this, they eat evidence, some shit. They said that they eat blood, and they eat blood, and they eat turkey and shit like that.
Yeah.
They try to play it off as low key, man. In reality, that's what they're really doing.
When I do the MGK and
Yeah, but I know MGK. I heard about that too.
yeah, they say I think that's like their marriage and shit. They think they're blood or some shit.
Hey, well, Biden too, bro. Remember, Biden says, I don't care if you think I'm Satan incarnate or that I drink blood. You know what I'm saying? He said it. I don't care if people think I mess with babies. He said it straight out there, bro. They're out there in your face, and people still don't get it.
They got short terms, man. They're like, oh shit.
Well, it's showing you that these people are the wicked of the world.
Right?
Because only a wicked mind would seek adrenochrome and all this sort of wild shit that they get high for. Only a wicked mind would seek that shit, man. You know, these people are wicked. It's evidence that they are wicked. And it's evidence that righteousness has to be established back in the earth again, man. And it will be established back in the earth, man. Once we get power back.
So if Boston was basically just wiped off the face of the earth, man. Basically, it's done, bro. Is that Amos?
Yeah, Khan. This is Amos chapter 9, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh, are upon the simple kingdom.
And this is that place, man. This is a simple kingdom, man. You got Sin City. Not that far, bro. What up?
Khan, it says, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
Yeah, destroy off the face of the earth, man. What up?
saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, save the Lord.
Easy go that with the 104,000 and the elect, man. You 2/3? Hey, y'all gotta go, man.
That's right.
Y'all gotta go. I'm not like listen, honestly, y'all. I guess y'all are Gentiles, man. Like what Smart said. I ain't looking like these 2/3 like you're an Israelite, like you're Issachar, like the fuck? Like we're the same tribe, like I don't be associated with your ass. Like I'm ashamed to be like the same color. You like the fuck? Hey man, this place have you just utterly destroyed.
Right.
Like,
This is Amos. Amos chapter 9 and verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom.
Hey, the Most High is watching this place. He's looking at this place, bro. He knows how fucking wicked it is. How truly wicked it is. Hey, look, even in this city, there's so much wickedness going around. Like, it's like, fuck, what the hell? Even in this Phoenix alone, there's probably someone right now committing adultery, right? Committing that more than bullshit. Worshiping the other gods.
Well, they got these clubs out here that cater to that. There's clubs out here that cater to the low lifestyle. You know, there's not just one or two of them. There's doing this.
Well, they celebrate eating pork, shrimp, cattle, lobster. All that shit, like the shrimp, cattle, lobster, all basically is cockroaches to clean the ocean's floor. You're basically eating cockroaches, basically. And yo, love it. Like, man, I love shrimp. So like, what's wrong with you? Like, you're basically saying, looking at cockroaches, like that big motherfucker, that dirty ass place, like, you eat this. You say all this, even this city alone, it's filthy and wickedness. What?
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 6. It says, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their fruitful works are fulfilled.
Beautiful. I bet you got that.
Yeah, man. Again, as the brother was saying, man, you look at everything, and really you just walk down the street, and you look left and right, man, you're seeing nothing but wickedness, man. When the brothers talk about these moles, man, women on women, man on man, and so on and so forth, man. Kids not being raised correctly. Hey, I was just at the park, took my kids to the park the other day, man, and this little girl, man, was cussing up a freaking storm, and her parents weren't even there, man. So ultimately it just goes down the line, man. Your parents, and then their parents, and so on and so forth, man. And the law, statute, commandments, Yahweh Shai are not being taught, man. And that's why you see what's going on today, man.
Man, I seen his skin, brother. I seen him on like smack the fuck out of them, like,
Yeah.
Like, get right, god damn.
Makes me want to smack the parents, Going back to Amos 9 and 8. It says, behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, save the Lord.
Hey, you can destroy this place, destroy a sinful kingdom, man. Babylon the Great, bro. And the place will be destroyed. And not a matter of if, but when.
That's right.
Because hey, this place is destined. Hey, it's prophecy, man. In fact, what I think is Isaiah 46 verse 10. I'm gonna get that real quick. Hey, the Most High has said it. The Most High has spoken of this destruction, man. Yeah, come on. Yeah.
Isaiah 46 and 10, it says, I'll start at 9, it says, remember the former things of old, for I am the Most High, and there is none else.
There is no other power. There is no Buddha. There is no what the hell, bro? The Indian gods and shit that had like six fucking arms and shit.
I am the Most High, and there is none like me, declaring the end.
There is none like the Most High, man. Hey, he controls all. He controls everything, bro. What up?
Declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done.
Declaring the end from the beginning. To this place, it's America, but Babylon the Great, and it's destined to be destroyed. What up?
Saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
So this it's most like counsel shall stand, which is all the pleasure. This place won't be destroyed, so it will be destroyed. What up?
Going to 11.
With that, host as edifying, man. Hey, we're preaching the word until the Most High wants it out of here, man. So the final word comes, bro. Thank you. All praise and glory to you.
How Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakadash.
That was Millstone. Now say Shalom.
Shalom.